Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by Experian, HelloFresh, and Drop. As always, I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Barbara.
I'm Bernie.
I'm Gus.
Gus, do you like to be nude?
I like to be nude.
You don't strike me as a nude guy.
I like to be nude.
Really? So like you get home, you hit the front door.
I'm not allowed to be nude in my house.
Where are you nude then?
I like to be nude, but I can't be nude.
Wife rules?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to see it?
Can't sit on the couch
She
naked.
doesn't want me touching anything.
Yeah, she doesn't want your butt on the couch.
Is your time in the bathroom like your favorite time in the world?
Yeah.
When you're completely nude?
Strip everything
What
off.
if you bought your own couch just for you?
That's a good question. I've never broached this subject.
And then you could just be like,
I should find out.
Because you'll disrobe for just about anything. Like calendar.
Yeah, it's fine.
A lot of shorts. Many photos that have been
we're
posted
all,
around.
We're all naked under our clothes.
Yeah, I know.
would you do it now on the podcast if we just blurred you the whole thing?
Let's make it a podcast stretch goal if you send me.
Stretch goal being the optimal word here.
Am I right? Is that primarily a female thing where they hit the front door and they just explode and their clothes
No,
are
I'll
gone?
tell you. I'll tell you what my thing is. I can't speak for all females, as I've learned.
Let me see if I remember. Can I remember? See if
yeah.
you've told me this before. Pants. You take off your pants.
No,
Okay.
I do. But the first thing that comes off is the bra.
Bra comes off. Okay.
Yeah, because
Your
like
shirt's
this
gotta
whole
come off right before the bra, though, right?
sometimes no.
What do
If
you just do, like the thing where you like
The shimmy.
If you're wearing a
comes-
t-shirt, you unhook it in the back, take the straps out, and then pull it.
out the side
Yep.
and you're good?
You're good to go. That's the first thing that comes off, and then it's if I'm wearing jeans, those have to come off too.
Yeah, Ashley hits the door and it's just like a trail of clothes where she's done. She's over it.
Well, I'm not an animal. I would put it in the hamper.
She's an animal. She's an animal.
Is she like completely naked, or does she keep on like her skivvies?
Depends.
Like, does she walk around the house naked?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Thing. I'm gonna get in trouble for this conversation. I know. No, but she just hates it. She's like, boosh.
Yeah.
She's Bush.
She goes boosh.
Oh.
She goes boosh. That's what you'd get in trouble for.
Yeah, you might get in trouble for that.
I might get in trouble for that.
Man, I would love to, but I like sleeping naked too, but gotta keep
You can't
Wait,
sleep
wait,
naked.
wait.
I gotta
Sleep
keep
naked?
I gotta keep underwear on.
But it's your...
Socks?
I know. No, no socks.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
So she doesn't want the pieces of you touching the bed, but she will happily accept
Listen,
those
so-
pieces inside her.
Well, happily is in quotes.
I mean, let's be clear here. My skin is caustic. This
Yeah.
is well documented.
Yeah, but it's all your skin, not just your like crotchable area. It's the whole
Crotchable.
Your hands. Just to make you wear white gloves.
Well, I'm not sitting there with my hands like on the couch.
Where are
So
your
you're not allowed to
hands?
touch the couch with your hands?
I mean, then it's not like
I like the
constantly like
idea
this,
that you could
palms down onto
only
the fabric.
touch your own skin.
Is that the ferocity of the contact your dick makes to everything? Is that like?
I said hands.
I know, but you're saying I'm not sitting with my hands like this, so it's okay. But are you sitting there with your dick aggressively like?
Yeah.
Would your dick melt
Maybe that's
through
the
the
problem.
laptop?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess if the dick was sweaty.
Oh man.
Sweaty
Hey
dick.
guys, I want to apologize for asking that question at the top of the
You
podcast.
knew what you were getting into.
Why did you ask the question? Or do you like being nude?
I opened a can of worm.
It's a very big worm.
What did you say?
I said, do you like being nude? Because you asked the question.
No, I prefer to be like down to like shorts and a t-shirt. That's like optimal for me. I don't like
Like basketball shorts?
like.
Why am I
Barbara
like
just
that?
made like a
I was trying
like
to,
an
like-
urban street dance-off maneuver when she said
capoeira.
basketball.
No, it's when you play basketball and you deke.
Deke.
I love it.
Isn't that hockey?
It's hockey, but it's a similar kind of move.
Juke. It's a juke in basketball.
Oh, okay. Are you saying juke or duke?
Juke. Juke.
Okay, cool.
Like box.
What?
What's on your forehead?
Oh, there was some like body paint that they wiped all over me. It went on my arm too.
Oh.
Is it like purple shit?
Yeah, it's a little purple.
You know, it was a day in achievement hunter.
Well, you Gav, what's the Saturday morning attire? Like Meg's not up.
I will be in sort of jammy bottoms and a t-shirt.
I think my whole thing is
It's freedom of the testicles in movement, but I didn't need to see them.
I hate changing states. I hate that.
Luckily, Texas is really big.
Shut up. Sleep, I don't want to wake up. Right? But then when I go to bed at night, I don't want to go to bed. But I obviously like being asleep to begin with.
Well, maybe your cycle's on the wrong. You need to be nocturnal.
Or maybe he's 12.
Or just like changing clothes. Like if I have to go get ready, like if I got to be somewhere at 8 and we got to leave by 7:45, I'm like, ugh, like getting ready is the worst. The thing that I can't stand, which no one I've ever been with on a romantic basis can understand, is I hate fucking hate going to buy clothes. I hate it.
Because of the trying on process?
I fucking hate it, Barbara. It's it is literally a nightmare for me. Getting that little closet box thing and you're just like one outfit after another. I get 3 done. Yeah. Done.
It's funny you say that. I went clothes shopping fairly recently and I bought these pants. And I had to go into the dressing room and I was like, okay, either this size or this size is going to fit. I found the one that fits. Okay, great. I bought 3 of them.
There you go.
It's like, this is the different colors.
What
like,
if the other ones fit better?
No, it was the exact same kind of pant. It was just like one size and then the next larger size.
Gotcha.
I got the smaller one.
Thank God. Who was the guy that's in Australia? The newscaster, Carl something or other?
Oh, yeah.
Thank God for that guy because he discovered he wore the same suit every day for a year. Same suit, same tie, same shirt too.
I think he changed the tie, didn't he?
Did he change the tie?
I think he may have.
I want to say he wore the same suit and tie. Anyway, he wore the same suit every single day for a year.
He's a reporter.
And after a year, he's a host. He's the guy that's always laughing and with his Australian co-host.
You'd recognize him.
Okay.
If
You
saw
would
him.
recognize because he always loses his shit. And he's really funny.
Gotcha.
But he wore the same outfit every day for a year, and then after a year revealed no one called him on it. Like the entire time, nobody gave a shit. He said, but if my co-host, if she wore the same thing twice over the course of 3 months, she would have headlines written about her, that she was doing this. And it's just so unfortunate. It just goes to show nobody cares.
Didn't Marshall Rimmer wear the same shirt for like 3 weeks at Rooster Teeth just to see who would notice first?
I wear the same shirt every day. I literally have like 8 of these shirts.
Yeah, but it's not the actual same shirt.
It's not the actual same
For
shirt.
him, it was the same shirt.
Did he
Most
wash
people
it?
wouldn't know that unless
I think
pointed
so.
it out.
But it was still the same shirt. It was like some brown T-shirt.
Marshall was always doing these like experiments that nobody else
Like
knew.
living at the office.
Yeah, he was living at the office, but we all knew he was living at the office. But then he acted like we didn't know.
Yeah, that was really weird.
We all knew it.
I pulled off the greatest heist in Rooster Teeth history.
That was one of the very first meetings I attended when I was here. When I moved here, was you were CEO, and then you were like in the meeting, you were like, yeah, blah blah blah. Oh, and by the way, don't live at the office. I didn't know who you were talking about.
Go the fuck home. You know why? I was super sensitive about big crunch times. Because production, there's been all this talk about what's the game that just came out? Mortal Kombat 11. There's been a lot of stuff about Mortal Kombat 11. But one of the things is that the developers that worked on it were talking about the incredible crunch they went through to put the thing out. Crunch is one of these things that constantly fight in every aspect of the entertainment industry. Video games, television, movie production. You just try to fight it. And it's like everything always goes into crunch, and it's terrible. So I've always hated it. I remember back in season 8 of Red vs. Blue when we had the hotel room across the street from the office. Do you remember that? And Monty and I would swap off going to it. Like it was like literally right across the street. And if it was a certain time of day, I would go sleep in it. Other time of day, Monty would go sleep in it for like a week period that we were doing that. And I always hated that. And then when we went to the office where you came to work, Evan, that was the office where when I was building it out, I said, I'm going to do a nice thing. I'm going to buy a washer and dryer for everybody at the office. And we made a space for it and put a washer and dryer in the office so that people could do their laundry at work if they wanted to. After I did that, I was like, am I encouraging people to like never leave the office?
There also is a shower in one of the bathrooms, correct?
Yeah,
there
there
was. Yeah. I just thought it would be good to have that. Like we had a shower at the Congress office though. Remember, because a light switch was in the shower.
Yeah. I hated the tile in that shower.
Did you really? It was slate tile.
Garbage.
Didn't you pick that tile?
I did pick that tile.
awful.
Yeah, I remember when that tile was getting put down.
It's a good tile.
No.
I think it was fine.
No.
That dark tile?
Yeah, it's
It was
terrible.
fine.
What do you want to put in the bathroom?
Anything but that. That's the worst tile I think possible. That is the
Terracotta
most
tile.
offensive, tacky tile in the world.
The tiles and tibulations of all
Would you prefer like a linoleum, like sheet linoleum?
Yeah, even linoleum would be better than that.
What's wrong with you?
That
Really,
tile.
What's wrong with you?
That tile is awful.
This is why you're not allowed to be
I'm gonna
nude.
see if I can look it up.
This is why.
Ugly tile.
I'll take this. Google autocomplete.
He's just sad he couldn't dissolve it. It's like his kryptonite.
I take it back. There is uglier tile.
Yeah, right? There's got to be uglier tiles
Absolutely.
than that. I think, though, the latest construction, and no offense if anyone has these in their house, there's a very 2015-ish construction thing they had for tiles in kitchens with those, like, the long skinny tiles, and they have, like, the glass ones in there. I think like in 15 years, you're really going to be able to tell when those houses were built just based on the
I don't think I know what you mean.
I don't know. You have to see it. If you've been apartment hunting in the last
It's got like little
10 years in Austin, you found it.
They're like little rectangles, but every now and then one of them's glass and kind of see.
I think they're all glass, but one of them's like colored, like red or green or something like that. Or black tinted,
hot.
It's a hot one. But yeah, there's always things that date things like that. There was a funny joke that somebody made on Twitter where they were talking about one of those conversation ones, like baby boomer. You millennials, you ruin everything. And the response was, bitch, you guys put linoleum over hardwood floors. It's true. It's like, that's like a sin of that generation that no one else is ever going to make again. I get by the time we got to linoleum.
Why was that a thing? Why would people do that?
Because they were sick of hardwood. Hardwood was probably seen as like basic, and linoleum was like space age. Yeah.
So dumb.
Something I don't get that they do in a lot of modern houses is put that like cold hard tile down on the floor all over the house. I never understood that. It's terrible for the acoustics. It's cold on your feet all the time.
Well,
like
what
in
do
the
you
living
prefer then?
I prefer like hardwood or carpet, depending on the room.
I hate carpet though.
Carpet in bedrooms.
Carpet
is what
in the bedroom is you gotta have it,
Yeah, get out of bed, nice and lush.
especially with animals. Damn.
Yeah.
Especially with animals. It's even worse with animals. There's fucking fur all in it.
Like when you got 3 cats, and they were like tick,
Three
tick, tick,
cats?
tick, tick, tick. They were like all over the wood floor. I wish I had carpet.
Hate carpet. So dirty. I sent. Yeah, there it is. That's the ugly tile.
Oh. Wait, from the Congress office?
It wasn't all those different colors like that.
Oh wait, that's the Congress tile.
Yeah.
I would say it looked more like,
It was darker than that, wasn't it?
I'd say it looked like the bottom left one, but very
It
consistent.
was more like the upper right one.
Yeah, that whatever that greenish one is. That
Looked
was
like
that was
viruses under a petri dish.
But we
under
did have a light
microscope.
switch in the shower, which I thought was going to be a huge problem at some point.
It wasn't.
It was bad because it was in the shower, but then it was also
Why'd you put it in the shower?
we didn't.
We didn't.
We didn't. The contractor
It's
did.
gotta be against code.
Maybe it was probably on a, it was probably on
That's
a,
in zone 1.
It was on a GFCI. It would have tripped. It would have been fine.
I'm sure. Absolutely. It was on a GFI, the bulb in the ceiling. But it was also one of those weird setups. And I have this in my house now in one of my bathrooms. You guys have probably experienced this because it's in the downstairs bathroom where the light is behind the door. Like you
hate that.
open the door, you got to go behind the door to get to the light.
Yeah, but usually you shut the door.
Yeah, but then it's dark. Like if you get in there at night.
Yeah, there's actually lights. There's lights on both sides in that bathroom for me. Like this one turns on the ones over the sinks, and this one turns over the one over the toilet.
That's something you gotta remember and learn, though.
Right.
There's light switches in my house back in Ottawa that I still don't know. I still don't remember which light switch goes to which light.
I had to label every light switch in my house. Every light switch in my house has a label from a label maker.
Yeah.
Saying exactly what it does.
What's wrong with you
Smart.
people?
I just
Well, you
don't. I
can't
just don't
remember anything?
remember.
You really?
Yeah.
My whole
You
thing
walk
is
up
when
to like a bank with 4. You're like, oh fuck, which one is it?
Yeah. That's the problem.
It's the worst when you got fans and stuff too,
Right.
and it's like one of these is a vent, one's a fan.
I can't stand not knowing that about my house. I have to know that. Like I have to memorize my credit card numbers. I just got a new credit card because my old one I had like a $500 charge at some convenience store or some department store that I never go to, and they're like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, "No, I didn't go to that department store I never go to in Minnesota while I'm busy making charges in Austin on the same fucking day."
Yeah. Seriously.
Damn it. So I had to re-up my card, and that just meant I had to memorize my card. And I was doing that, and Drew reminded me that was the first time he ever met me on a set. Was he came up to me and he was going to ask me something, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm memorizing my credit card." He goes, "I either thought you were really smart or really bored." I didn't know which
Okay,
it
so
was.
let's test you on it.
Oh yeah, go for it, dude.
I had a bad run where I think I had to replace my card 3 times in 6 months.
Yeah,
And it was like I
I'm in the
had
middle
to
of
stop.
that.
I had to stop
From-
for a while.
Like stolen credit card stuff. Fuck.
But now I've rememorized it.
Oh, dude, I did I tell you when I went on this last trip that I have this weird trend lately where something goes wrong on the first day? Like when my credit card got shut off, it was when I was gone for 10 days. I was on that sailing trip that I took with my son, and it was on day 1. It like died. They go, "We'll send you a new card overnight." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I'm in the literally in the middle of the ocean."
Well, luckily
Airdrop
there's
it
no
to
place
me.
to use a credit card in the
Yeah.
middle of the ocean, so you're fine.
Shop online.
When you stop places, trust me, gotta buy supplies and
Get
stuff.
them to airdrop it to you in the middle of the sea.
That'd have been dope. If Citibank would have done it, it would have been worth it.
Yeah.
It would have been. But on this last trip that I took, Ashley and I just took a trip. I was making fun of you for your vacations, and here I've taken 2 in like a month and a half.
How's that going?
But I had to take a trip. This is not a joke. I have a little camera that I can see the cats with. So I see them and they're cute cats. Makes Ashley feel good about leaving the cats. Walked out of the house 1 hour after I walked out of the house, the internet died just at the house. And it's just like, how does that happen? Like, of all the times the internet died, I can't access, can't see the cats, can't check any of my stuff.
You got to get one of those plugs I told you about, the reset plug.
What is that?
You plug your router or whatever into your cable modem, whatever you use for internet.
Yeah.
And the plug every now and then checks your internet. It pings something.
This is a Wi-Fi connection or something?
Yeah. And if it fails, it shuts power off to your modem and reboots and then powers it back on. That way, most common thing, you just have to reboot it.
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
They're kind of expensive. They're like, I'll say like 40 or 50 bucks. But in your situation, when you're going to be gone and you want to make sure the internet works, so you can watch your stupid
If you
cats.
said a $40 one-time fee and it resolves like 98% of my internet issues in my house, though, that's worth it over time
It's
for sure.
also great if you're helping anybody in your family with tech support issues.
Oh yeah. Because then you could just
But plug here. Let me plug your internet into this.
yeah.
That's not the one I use, but yeah, that's a similar one.
Is that what's the name of that thing? Is it Ankadu? Or is it just
It looks like
Anku.
Anku.
Ooh.
Anku.
So great.
That's too big.
That's the one
too
I
big.
the one I use is like the size
like
of
this big.
the one I use is like the size of the iPhone prongs. It's like this. It's just like it's a little bigger than an outlet.
There you go. That's what you want. Look, we don't need those big fucking power bricks anymore. How many times you've been under your
40
desk
bucks.
trying to plug in something into a power strip and it just doesn't fit because no one, when they were building the fucking plug, thought to check that.
I hate that.
And you're just like, you fuckers. Every time I'm cursing those people, I'm like, you fuckers made this huge fucking plug. You know what I went and did? I bought on Amazon these little like tails.
Oh, I've seen those.
They're like
yeah.
this long, just like plug, so you just plug it in. And now it's this fucking
Yeah,
rat's
now
nest.
it's your problem instead of theirs in the first place. Just fucking doing it right.
Hate all that shit.
Spaghetti.
I had this power strip that for some like you couldn't use the back end of it for some reason, but at the front where the little switches to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
If you plugged in one of those big things, it would turn off the switch.
Yeah.
Oh, like it would touch the switch and
Yeah.
physically.
rock the switch.
So I had no way of getting around it.
To get another power strip.
Yeah, I
but
did.
you couldn't move it
That
down.
was the way I got around it.
You can just move it down to the other end.
No, because it was one of those things that
Didn't
like
work? So basically,
It, like,
it
didn't-
sounds
I
like you
had
had
all
like
the
an
other plugs in
extension
there.
cord that was about this long. If it didn't give you any additional outlets, you just had a really expensive extension
I
cord.
forget what
with
the
a-
reason was, but like every other slot was filled with something, and I forget what it was. I think I had another big one on it.
I just, this obsession with having basic information. When I move into a house, I have to know what every circuit breaker does.
Why?
I finally bought a circuit breaker tester.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't
like-
do that. I just have Ashley. I just go click, 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 and I just have her tell me what turns off, basically.
It wasn't it labeled when you bought it?
Yeah, some of them were wrong though.
I hate
Yeah.
that's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
But what do you need to know for?
What do you mean? What do I need to know? Because I want to replace a light switch, and I got to shut off the power in that room or an outlet. Like one of the things I did was went around and by my bed and in the kitchen, I replaced all the outlets with USB ports on them.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good choice.
I'm not sure they're safe.
Why are they not safe?
There's like a lot of issue with those things. Like unless you buy a proper one, a lot of them are really dangerous.
Why would you buy an improper one?
Because you don't know what's improper.
It's my Amazon search. Improper outlets.
What's it?
Just buy one that's like rated by the Underwriters Laboratory. That's it. Done.
Who?
What's it gonna do?
UL. Are you not an adult? Is this an old man thing?
I've never heard of this.
He's not
before.
American either. So
No. I got different plugs. I don't know what I'm doing with these little dweeb
your
ones.
plugs are too big.
What?
No.
Shut up.
What
Shut
do
up.
you mean by
It's fact.
USB being bad? Like what?
No, not you. Not
Like this seal? That doesn't mean anything to you guys?
I've seen
Oh.
it before. I don't know what it means.
UL rated.
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah.
that in my
I
life.
mean, that means it's proper.
Now I'm going to see that everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, oh, Gus taught me that.
Yeah, that's how you know it's proper.
I went outside the other day and I smelt death. Just could smell deceasedness.
Something was dead out there.
Yeah, so it rained recently.
Oh,
And,
God. Was
one-
this at your house or here?
Yeah. It was at the house.
Probably rained both places.
At a one of my bins had flooded and had what looked like a ham floating in it, and I think it was like a raccoon
Oh, really?
God.
that fell in, drowned, bloated out.
Put the lid down.
It didn't have a lid. It wasn't like the ones the city takes. It was like
It's like you have like a trash can?
it's like a leaf bin.
a leaf bin.
It was
Okay.
empty. It was a slow mo prop that we just left.
We gotta turn that shit upside down.
Well, I didn't think
Well,
to
now
do
you
that.
know.
And now there's just a dead thing floating in it, and I don't know.
Why don't you tip it over?
Well,
Yeah.
because I will. It's like a
Vomit.
biohazard, and I can only tip it where the neighbors. I can't move it
But doesn't it still smell?
because I'll
then?
throw up. Oh yeah, I need to. I don't know.
You call animal control or something.
They don't. So we called someone, but they don't
You need to
take
control
stuff.
a dead.
They don't take stuff unless it's in the street. So we
Oh,
we
just dump
called.
it in the street.
We,
The problem solved.
dude, I tried
Pay
to.
a neighborhood kid $5. Be like, hey, go dump this in the street.
Just say, go kick this can.
Buy a
Go
dog.
kick it over.
Yeah, I thought about just.
Dog.
I thought about just kicking it over, but then I felt like it would be some sort of like terrorist attack on my neighbors.
You know
Like,
what-
it smells bad.
Yeah, death smells bad.
You know what you need? fox urine.
You and your
I've not had a possum back since I sprayed fox piss in my backyard.
I legitimately don't know what you should do.
There's a number we can call, but it was the weekend, so we
Dig a hole.
left a voicemail.
Dump it into
gosh.
the hole. Done.
No.
Dude, you can't get anywhere near this thing. Well, you might be able to. Maybe you got a stronger.
No, I don't. Gag reflex?
Let's make a video out of this. Can we do a remote?
It's the most morbid video ever.
I
It's
could
poor
barely
raccoon.
see into it because my eyes were watering and I was just gagging all over myself.
I could always tell when you could picture the smell or taste of something when you're describing it because your eyebrows go
Yeah.
like this and like this part goes down.
Yeah, it was it looked like rooftops.
I could always tell when it's about to come.
And so I did peek in. It looked like, if I could describe it, it looked like someone's severed leg all
Ugh.
split open, or like a cartoon ham gaped.
Okay.
And maggots just all floating around. And I was just
Someone's gagging back over
That
here.
process has to go like at least in a few days or whatever. However, we are getting to like 90-degree days pretty soon, so you might.
I just threw one of those pine things for like a car air freshener. I threw that in and I
Yeah, that's
left it
gonna
on.
do
that'll
shit
help.
all.
It's gonna smell like somebody had the plague in the pine
You're
tree
just gonna
forest.
get a wet pine thing.
Here, let me read
This
this.
pine tree has
Please.
gangrene.
I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Experian. You know, the better your credit score, the easier it is to get stuff you want and the less you have to pay. Like a car, your interest rate is based on your credit score. So the question is, why is it so hard to raise your score? Now, it won't be thanks to Experian. They've launched Experian Boost, a brand new way to instantly increase your credit score for free. It used to take months to see your credit score rise a point or two. With Boost, you can increase your credit score instantly. For the first time ever, paying your utilities and cell phone can instantly improve your credit score. Experian Boost works by giving you credit for the bills you've already paying through your bank, like water, gas, electric, cable, cell phone. Boost is free to use and only available from Experian. I know when I first bought a house, I had no credit, so having something like this would have really helped speed things up so that I would have had a decent credit score and could have gotten my house earlier. I got a good one too. I'm happy with it. I can't believe it's taking this long for someone to do this. What are you waiting for? Experian Boost can potentially help you establish or increase your access to credit. You can boost your FICO score instantly for free. Boost is only available at Experian.com/RT. That's EXPERIAN.com/RT. Experian.com/RT to check it out. Thank you, Experian, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
What is the highest credit score?
900.
No, is it?
800.
I think
think
I
it's
say like 850.
850.
What is it based on?
Your credit. It's called credit score, dude. Come on.
It's
mean, you
probably
don't
What's the
need-
850?
how many loans you've paid off, what your debt to income
I
ratio
don't think you
is.
need anything above
But
700.
it's also the lowest, like 300.
It's 300 to 850.
Yeah.
Why?
So,
What's do 1 to 10?
what a weird scale, right?
I'm
It is
sure
weird.
there's a
Well, there's
reason,
a lot
right?
of little
No, it's-
factors that could
What?
adjust it.
Two things you should always do. You should always know your credit score and you should get blood work done.
Yep.
Just better to know.
I'm-
Better to know.
I went, speaking of blood work, I went to the doctor today. And
You took your credit score.
I went to the doctor today, and this is it's the year 2019. This is a real conversation I had to have with my doctor. I sat down and I said, so do I need a new measles vaccine?
Measles.
Measles?
I said meals.
I thought you said meals. Yeah.
Do I
New meals.
do
Can I
I
get a
need,
burger?
with all this talk about measles coming back, do I need to have a measles booster or anything?
I'm with you
Uh-huh.
here. I'm
I
with you.
kind of wondered the same thing.
And he was like, what year were you born? I said, 1978. He goes, okay. He goes, most likely, no. He goes, the measles vaccine you got was probably acceptable.
Probably.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to get to that. Was probably acceptable. We really wouldn't probably re-immunize unless you're going to go somewhere where, you know this big outbreak and there's really not a lot of measles in Austin. And I said, oh, okay. I do travel quite a bit and I was worried about people in the airport and people on airplanes. He goes, well, for probably the time you got a measles vaccine, the failure rate was about 30%. I said, excuse me? He goes, yeah, people your age, about 30% of the time, the vaccine just doesn't work on them. So they think they have measles immunity because they had a vaccine, but it actually probably didn't do anything for them. I said, well, can I get a test to see if it's working or not? He goes, yeah, we'll do a blood draw
Oh my
to see
God.
if your measles immunity is up. So I'm getting a blood draw tomorrow morning to
Find out if you've been
out
like an anti-vaxxer this whole time.
right, if I need another measles vaccine.
Should we make
or
a
not.
poll to see if people think Gus is going to need a new measles vaccine?
If it's,
Well,
if it's
Yeah, well,
not
anyway,
30%,
What's the harm? Get it anyway.
I don't know. If you already
You got
have
to update it every
Maybe
now and
there
then.
is a-
oh, you have to pay for it.
How
Oh.
much?
I think he said that it's not a thing you can get at like just a pharmacy or whatever. He said there was only one place in Austin that he knew of you could get it, and it cost $160 to get it.
Ooh, I ain't
Oh, not worth it. Get measles. Just get measles.
Well,
Right, but if your vaccine is already effective, that's $160 it's wasted.
Can't put a price on security.
But
the
the
mind.
blood draw is $9 to figure out if I need it or not. So I'll pay the $9, and if I need it, I'll go get it.
Also,
But then you paid
vaccinate your kid.
Oh my
$169.
God, Gavin, I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
What if you got autism at 40? That would really throw the whole curve off the argument, wouldn't it?
It would introduce a new wrinkle
How did
to
that
the
happen?
argument.
How did this happen?
Is that the
We all
title of
believe-
this episode?
Measles do what?
No, but I know what you mean, though. It's weird to be thinking about that because I was checking out at the grocery store, and the person who was checking me out was clearly should not have been at work. They were ill, and they looked ill. They were kind of like
Like they physically
red flushed, and they were not unhappy
I
looking.
thought you meant like ill.
menopause?
They were totally ill. What's that?
What?
No, so I was just thinking. I thought I'm gonna go home and look up what the symptoms for measles are because she was just very red, and in particular, and I was like, So, but I don't think I have to worry about that because for the Amazing Race, they gave me fucking every vaccine on the planet. And then when we went to India, you had to get a few, didn't you?
Yeah, but it
I
was
got to get tetanus again. But you
Yellow
have to do
fever
that
was one of
every
them?
so often. Also,
Yeah.
for my green card, I had to get loaded up.
same.
Yeah.
You had to get all your vaccines updated, I believe. when
But
you get your
upside,
green card.
I don't have tuberculosis or syphilis, which is nice to know because I didn't know that before.
Yeah, good on you.
Congrats.
You did it.
Yeah, the
You
tuberculosis.
didn't have the entire time. You just didn't know you didn't have it.
That's yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Should we
exactly.
say, by the way, we didn't say this during the podcast
This is the podcast.
because you were talking about being naked for some reason, and but we said it during the promo for this. We're not going to talk about
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, and we're not going to talk about Endgame today.
We are going to talk about Game of Thrones in the last 10 minutes.
At the very end of the podcast, we'll do it like we did last week, where we'll warn you ahead of time. We'll have a lower third.
What a great week for entertainment.
It's pretty nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes.
I got another big thing coming up that nobody else is going to care about. There's a big Sea of Thieves update coming tomorrow. I'm excited
I'm sure
about
like 3 people care.
it. Shut the fuck up.
Well, let's put it to a poll.
Ashley told a
Yeah,
very.
rate these in order. Endgame, Game of Thrones,
Sea of
or
Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Y'all are pretty close to 30%. I'm happy with the way that poll
If
came
we
out.
don't talk about Game of Thrones, can we talk about?
You said it the wrong way though.
Can we just talk about the
Absolutely.
technicals of the stream? It was yucky looking.
It was yucky. Look, I messaged Gavin about it. It was Game of Thrones. Go figure. There's a lot of dark scenes in Game of Thrones as a series. A lot of dungeons and whatnot.
Crypts.
You
I
can't
have
have
noticed
that lower bit rate.
it's got a little bit right.
Yeah.
It's like a gradient.
Well,
the
I
background.
started last. This has nothing to do with this specific episode. This is a technical bitch that I'm going to bitch about here. But I tried last night. I was like, I normally watch it on cable. I said I'm going to try to watch it on a streaming service.
Yeah.
So I tried to watch it on a streaming service, and it was just like clop, 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 like super. Like it would like pause on a frame, and then it would like speed through all the ones that had buffered up. I was like, I can't watch it. So I switched back to cable, and it's like it just looks terrible. It's like
Well,
1080
cable's low res as well, isn't it?
It's like 1080i.
interlaced.
It's like when it's dark, it's like that gradient of
Yeah.
black. It's like-
You can see like 12 different shades of gray.
You know what's really ironic about this? I watched the episode after it came out because I was on a flight, so I had a layover and then I had to get on a plane. I only had a 30-minute layover, so I caught up what I could. But it was perfect. I was streaming on Wi-Fi on Hulu watching Game of Thrones
on your
On a
laptop.
plane?
on my phone
On a plane?
on a plane.
Wow, that's
Really?
And
Cool
it was, I had no issues. I
Maybe
had no
because the
streaming
screen
issues. I
is
had no
small.
visual issues or anything like
but
that.
the screen's small, but it still has a bunch of pixels on it, dude. You know how this works.
I feel like low bit rate wouldn't show up as well on a tiny screen.
I think it's also though they can optimize a little bit better because the screens are more standardized as opposed to all the different TVs that everybody has.
But it's just crazy.
It didn't matter though because the bit rate of the stream is one thing, but then there's also the choice to make an episode that's extraordinarily dark, which we'll talk about.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
at the end of the episode. You'll have plenty of warning. I don't know why I'm
I
looking
don't
over
mean
there.
dark in tone. I mean just
There's
fucking,
there's not a lot of light.
it's
Well,
fucking
we'll
dark.
get to it later.
But I do think for streaming, I think we're in that phase that we were in when digital cameras came out. Because everyone had film cameras, right? And they would take photos of their family and their vacations and whatnot. And the photos were perfectly fine. You know, they might age poorly, you know, because the material they're printed on. But they were okay. They were good, really good quality. Then we got digital cameras that were like a megapixel.
640 by 480, maybe.
Yeah.
VGA cameras.
And then the early camera phones or those, and everyone has like a 3 or 4 year window where all their pictures are just kind of shitty, you know. But now digital cameras are fucking great, and they're way better than having a film camera back in the day. In fact, if you gave me the choice of shooting something on a DSLR or like a modern smartphone with like depth of field filters and stuff, I probably would just do the smartphone, honestly. And that's where we are, I think, with streaming. It's like probably like tuning in and watching on a cable, the infrastructure's there, and it's going to be a better picture, or waiting and getting it on Blu-ray. But just give it like 2 or 3 years. And
You can get pretty good streaming, especially on the 4K streams. But I think because they didn't want their service to go down, they must have deliberately limited it to like less than 5 megabits.
So we're talking about picture and video and whatnot. I think we talked about this maybe. Do you see Samsung is rolling out a TV that
millennials.
orients itself in portrait mode?
Yeah.
For what?
A vertical TV.
Like when people film things and
Right. So that you can watch portrait mode video
on a TV?
on a TV.
But then what do you do the rest of the time when you want to watch?
I think it rotates.
I have a monitor that rotates like that.
Yeah, but that's a
for reading-
monitor.
for reading scripts. Yeah.
It doesn't
I feel
auto
like-
do it though, right? You have to go into the settings and like.
Wouldn't
You
that,
can run software, but I hate running software in the background. I hate that.
wouldn't that only be useful for YouTube videos? Like what other video is filmed portrait mode?
I think a lot of people just film their own video, maybe that they don't post online. You can rewatch concerts that you've been to.
Oh god,
Also,
yeah.
surely
There
you
it
guys have seen this.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, the Zero.
Weird.
The Serif and the
So it spins
Yeah, see,
on its own.
The one next to it is, in landscape correct orientation, and then the one on the right is
What's the Serif? It looks like a whiteboard.
Incorrect.
It's got little legs.
Beep beep.
and above it, the one on top of it's the frame.
I thought
Samsung, though, man.
They used a font that doesn't have serifs.
For the Serif, did they?
Yeah, it's a sans serif
Sans
font.
serif.
That's funny. Their foldable phone is getting a lot of flack.
They pushed back the release date. It was supposed to come out last Friday.
Oh. What are they? Is this influencers that have them and are having
it
all
was
these problems?
it was like test units and promotional units that came out.
I believe in truth in advertising, but if I have fucking Samsung and I sent somebody a free phone and they were online talking about how it's busted and everything, I'd be pretty fucking pissed about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, the phone's fucking broken.
I know, it's honest, but I'd still be like, fucker, send me back the phone then. Now they
Maybe-
gotta push back the release date and everything else.
You got to do that when you're really confident in your product.
What's that?
Like send a bunch of influencers early.
Well, it's always a sign for movies when they won't do reviews for some movies. They say we're not going to do any early screenings and there'll be no reviews for this movie. It's like,
Wow.
that's a great sign. Looking forward to that one. But what the hell were we going to talk about when we're talking about the millennial TV, they literally said in the article I read it was being marketed towards millennials because they think millennials want a vertical TV.
Millennials are too lazy to rotate their TV or wait for it to rotate.
It would be cool if the TV could detect.
Millennials can't afford
signal
gas.
format.
I don't know how they're expecting to buy a $1,500 TV.
But we can't afford avocado toast.
Avocado toast.
And not houses.
Your budget's getting blown. Yeah, they can buy the TV and put it where?
Yeah.
In the
their
house they
trailer.
don't
Where's the
own.
room? Like that would knock shit over for a lot of apartments.
Yeah.
You don't have the room for your TV to flip all around.
Gosh.
But what is it? I've noticed this. YouTube has support for this. You ever watch a video where it's vertical? And so then, like on YouTube, sometimes I'll go to rotate the phone to watch it in vertical. But if I just full screen it, it goes to full screen.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's letterboxed with a vertical video, and sometimes YouTube says, I know this is a vertical video, so it full screens it in the vertical orientation. You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It's like, and I don't know, like, what is the flag in a video that says this one's vertical?
I wonder if you could watch TikToks on this new TV.
You could watch
TikTok
TikTok
TV.
all
Because
fucking
those
day.
are all vertical and you just scroll through.
Here's another you do. You just get a TV and you can modify it to be vertical. Go like this. Clunk. That's it.
Yeah.
Literally, you could just like you could probably buy a stand at Walmart that you could just rotate that thing.
But then how do you rotate the picture?
Well, I'm assuming you're watching vertical stuff
Right.
at that point.
So instead of turning your head, you turn
I
your TV.
don't think you would want to watch anything that wasn't formatted in vertical. Can you imagine you turn
Yeah.
sideways and you've got letterbox bars that are like 2 feet long?
We ate at a restaurant,
The Indian restaurant
the
in England?
Indian restaurant in London that had a video that was like triple pillar boxed.
Yeah, they'd really messed that up. I
like-
wish one of us had taken a picture of
I
it.
did take a photo
you
of it.
did?
It was like so messed up. The video formats is just a huge pain in the ass. Get it all right.
What's
So-
our TikTok, Barb? What we're talking about TikTok. What's our TikTok that we have?
We actually, we have an official TikTok now. It's Rooster Teeth. We got the username.
We got the full Rooster's name?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's verified. We made some this weekend with
Why?
the Ruby girls. None of us knew how to do it, so we did our best.
That's the beginning.
That's how it
That's
falls
how,
off,
that's how
man.
it starts.
That's how it falls
That was
off.
Snapchat for me.
I know. No, it's fun. There's actually a lot of like cool, unique editing tools on it.
There are?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I guess, they have like all that.
transitions
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
It's been through a few iterations. I mean, TikTok seems new, but it came out of Musical.ly, right?
Yeah. I did watch a couple for research and just to see if there's anything entertaining there. And it's just like the same 3 jokes over and over that everyone's just replicating.
Yeah, well, that'll change too.
Yeah.
Like in a month, there'll be another 3 to 5 jokes.
It's like what's it called? Planking challenge or
A lot of challenge videos.
anything
Harlem
like
Shake.
that. Harlem Shake.
Why have a TV that rotates and not just a square TV? And you just have 16 by 9 or 9 by 16.
I
in
think
the
people will
square.
freak out if any part of the screen goes unused.
Well, if it's an OLED, then you kind of just
It's
doesn't matter.
like the whole
Why?
widescreen versus like pan and scan VHS thing all over again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so people would freak out. They don't want that.
People did not want movies and home video. They didn't want them letterboxed. They wanted them. What was it?
Full screen.
Was it called full screen?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? It was like,
It was full screen
The
or
4x3
widescreen.
stuff?
yeah. They hated the letterbox stuff because it
Oh.
was like they weren't getting the whole picture.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
you would go to Suncoast. They would have that fucking. Remember that? They would have
Educational
Yeah,
stuff.
that thing at the register. It said, "This is what you're getting if you buy full screen. This is what you get if you're buying widescreen." It would show you the widescreen image, just like cut.
I watched Avengers, the first Avengers movie on
Spoiler.
4K disc, 2012, and it was full screen. Wide. It was widescreen, but it was 16 by 9. Well, it was like 16 by. What would be one less? 16 by 8.
So like 2 to 1.
That would be 2 to 1. It wasn't 2 to 1. It might have been. It might have been.
It's probably like a 2.35 to 1 or something.
Either way, all the other Avengers movies are letterbox, but this one was.
Not.
It might have just been a bad transfer where they tried to make it 16 by 9. Like I know.
I also don't know why I was watching it on 4K disc because the damn thing was shot in 2K. So I don't know what disc I got.
It just pushed all your buttons.
Yeah,
Everything Gavin hates.
it looked good though. It looked fine.
We tried to watch all the Marvel movies. We did. Ashley and I we ended up watching all the Marvel movies leading up to Endgame. So
Worst one?
we watched them all in chronological order, which was
Yeah.
her thing to do.
Chronological of
Cinematically.
the. Okay, so not released.
Not in our life, yeah.
Gotcha.
But in like so Captain Marvel would have been first.
There's still, I
Or
think,
no,
Captain
America.
America
was first.
3 of them I haven't seen, which is I haven't seen the original Hulk movie, Thor: Dark World.
The Edward Norton one.
Yeah,
That's the MCU one.
haven't seen that one. Thor: Dark World, or I think the original Captain America.
Oh, you're not missing out.
Really?
You're probably okay.
I should watch the
Dark
original.
World's the first mention of the Infinity Stones, though.
No,
Yeah.
the original.
Is it
Yeah.
the Ether? I mean, is
Is
as
that
an
before
Infinity
the
Stone?
first Avengers?
Yeah, no, because that came out after the first Avengers. Because
No, Dark World was.
God damn it,
I just watched it. I could have thought it was.
Dark.
I thought it was the first mention of it. But we were. I get
Well,
all
the
my
test
movies
track
at
was
home through my
earlier.
Xbox. I get them on
November
through the
2013.
Microsoft service, so then I can watch them on my PC as well. And boy, it's crazy. The streaming on that was like, I'll start it, and it's not often, but sometimes it
Avengers
just
came out first.
It just starts in like 320p. Like,
Yeah.
no one would ever want to watch a video in this format. It's just like completely blurry. It's like beyond pixelated, and you're just like, it'll clear up. And like you'll watch like 30 seconds of it, like it'll clear up, and then you have like fuck it, it's not clearing up, and you got to restart the whole thing, and then it comes back and it's perfect.
fine, yeah.
It's pristine.
Pornhub put out, they have
Go ahead.
their Pornhub Insights. They put out the most popular Avengers characters. They ranked all the Avengers character searches on
By their
Pornhub.
searches, let me guess. Who would be first?
Captain Marvel?
No, I'm gonna say Black Widow.
You want to venture a guess, Barbara? The most popular Avengers character on Pornhub?
None of us get some guys.
on Pornhub. Well,
I would say Gamora.
personally, I would. Is it a woman or a man?
I didn't say for them, so I'm not
Okay.
going to say for you.
Because personally, I would say Captain America.
The number 1 popular Avengers character on Pornhub is Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel,
Hmm.
Number 2 is Black Widow. And number 3 is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Good choice.
Well, I mean, he does have those webs.
Then below that is Hulk and then Captain America.
Hulk.
Hulk.
I guess people are into some kinky shit.
Whatever.
Well, they are looking
Green
up
dick.
superhero sex videos.
Yeah, but,
I think
yeah,
that
but,
ship sailed.
all the superheroes are like hot, attractive, buff people,
Yeah,
and then you have the Hulk.
he's pretty buff.
He's very buff, but he's green and 3 times the size of a human.
I also
what is that? That's
People
I
like some Hulk smash.
I think that's the one after
No, I was
Infinity
right.
War. The one I'm looking at is the more recent one for.
That would explain the lack of Captain Marvel.
she's not even on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just recent. She's Johnny Come Lately.
Man, Brie Larson's so hot. She's so attractive. I didn't used to think
worried.
so.
I agree with you. I'm just worried we're getting into spoiler territory. People are gonna start to freak out.
No, I mean,
Okay.
Captain Marvel came out recently.
We're just treading.
That's when I started
lightly
following her.
Here. Yeah.
She's gorgeous. I feel like I used to find her kind of plain looking. And then as of recently, I don't know if it's her playing
like-
Captain Marvel. Just
Well, the
playing her
characters
so
she
hot.
plays are different too. Like, did you ever
Yeah.
see Room?
Yes.
That's a great movie.
Is she the mom in Room?
I believe she is. Brie Larson.
Holy
I think
shit.
that was her big breakout hit, wasn't it?
She was
She
also
was in
in
something
21
before
Jump Street.
Yeah.
She also was,
She was also in 13 going on 30.
Scott Pilgrim versus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She was. Yeah.
I think that's where I first saw her. She was actually pretty hot in that one too.
I think it's one of those things like marketing. You need to see something or see a person like 3 or 4 times before it like registers and like then you know their name.
Yeah.
You know how it was like that with was Carl Urban. I had to see him and
man.
like he was in a shitload of movies too, like Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and everything else. It's like after all, I'm
Thor.
like, I gotta learn this guy's name. Dredd. He was in
Dread.
He was in a movie you worked on, right?
He was Scourge in Thor.
That was the weird
Ragnarok.
thing about going back and watching all the MCU movies was all the people that are in the MCU, like Robert Redford and Glenn Close,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
He's in the
yeah,
MCU?
yeah,
He was in Captain America.
he was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Damon
Matt Damon's, yeah,
in Thor Ragnarok.
John C. Riley, Benicio del Toro.
What's John
people
C.
know him.
Reilly?
He's one of the Nova Corps cops from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Right.
He plays Ralph in Wreck-It Ralph too. That's why you know his voice.
Man, I finally watched Ralph Breaks the Internet the other day.
What'd you think?
It's okay.
I thought it was great.
I loved it.
I thought it was great.
It made me happy.
To me, it's like it's everything the Emoji Movie got wrong, they got right in Wreck-It Ralph 2. I was surprised that more people weren't talking about it.
Yeah.
It didn't. I mean, I think I liked the first one more. It was fine. I didn't hate it. It was okay.
I think they got some. Maybe I'm kind of like a gatekeeping snob a little bit about gaming stuff. I think that's in video game culture. It's kind of baked in. So I was kind of resistant to some of the stuff they did in the first Wreck-It Ralph, but I wasn't like that at all for the internet stuff that they did in Wreck-It Ralph 2. Like the stuff they did for Wreck-It Ralph for video games, it seemed like so specific. Like it wasn't video games in general. It's like they even made up a video game, like this Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush?
Yeah, racing game. And I kind of knew what they were trying to base on, but like 3/4 of the movie was based on that one game.
Yeah.
And I thought it was gonna be more like the Pac-Man stuff. And there was like little, like Hubert was a big deal.
I
and
kind
the
of liked it
Capcom
better that
characters.
way though, because you're having like little nods to these popular franchises, but it's still like its own thing.
Well, it's also nice because in the arcade days, like not every arcade had every arcade game. You had
Yeah.
to know where the arcade games
You just said
were.
arcade 2 different ways.
Arcade and arcade?
You're like arcade and arcade.
Arcade?
Have you ever
I
bought
went
an
to the
arcade
arcade.
machine?
No
cabinet?
caller ID. I can't say this.
Yeah, I had to go to the gold mine to play Street Fighter 2 because they didn't have it at Aladdin's Castle.
Yeah, Goldmine was.
They had Mortal Kombat at Aladdin's Castle though. They didn't have it at Gold Mine. It's like why?
They cut deals, man.
No, but I love the way Ralph Breaks the Internet did the internet stuff and their take on it, and how they changed it ever so slightly to be able to make references that everyone would understand but not get copyright strikes.
Right.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
very clever and cute.
I would definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I never saw
You
it.
should check it out. I thought that was
I
good.
saw it on a plane.
I'll watch it on a plane.
No, don't do that. It's like the worst way to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Although I did watch a movie that I really enjoyed on a plane. It's one of those ones I have bad timing where I like start a movie and it's almost every movie that I watch on a plane. I'm 10 minutes before the end and then we land and then I have enough time to watch it because they let the movies continue to play while you're rolling across the tarmac.
And you're
to the
rolling for
gate.
at least 15, 20 minutes.
The problem is they're doing all these announcements and they're doing that fucking credit card ad every single flight. And dude, I watch them closely. They make the flight attendants, they go through this 16-minute spiel, it feels like, that we've all heard 1,000
Yeah.
times. And then they walk down the aisle with the applications. And I've never, ever seen anybody take an application.
It also seems like it's always for this month only. This offer will expire at the end of the month. But then I'm like,
This month only until next
until
month.
next month, where it's the exact same deal.
We're extending the deal for
Yeah.
the last 18 months. Yeah, but when they do the announcements, it cuts off the movie. So obviously for safety reasons. so that you can
It's
hear.
also 4 times as loud.
Right. It is also 4 times as
You're
loud.
watching a movie, it's like, yeah, and then we just want to come in with an announcement to say that we're going to be landing in about 20 minutes.
In preparation for landing,
And then
do a bunch of stuff that we're gonna have to bug you to do again in person because the people who should be listening and they're not.
The worst is like when you're watching a movie and you got your earphones on and you fall asleep and it's relatively quiet and then you hit turbulence and you hear seatbelts on. Like, whoa.
yeah.
Like jars you awake.
So because they want everyone to bring their own devices and watch the streaming stuff on
Explain what
those,
you mean by that, because
well, they're taking all the screens off planes.
Why?
smart move.
Yeah.
Totally smart move in my
I guess
opinion.
to save on weight, to save on updating them, and they want you to bring iPads and shit and hook them on the back of the seat or watch your hand. But
Like you do
can
with
they,
Game of Thrones.
Can they then? They then can't. Oh, they can't override what you're listening to. Surely.
That's why they go super loud on the fucking speakers.
Yeah. Which to me it would have sounded like an issue. for,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Or maybe they should do. They
aviation
should be able to push like something on the screen, like a message you have to clear off.
No, but they're getting rid of the screens.
Not like on your portable
Like, 'cause
screen.
you have to use the
you're
app.
using their app to watch, right?
That makes sense.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
didn't
something
think
like
of
that.
We were just in Vegas this past weekend for a convention, and the plane ride to Vegas, Lindsay was sitting right in front of a row of a bunch of very drunk middle-aged women who were
Yeah.
on their way to Vegas.
Badass.
Nice.
And I had heard them the entire flight, but Lindsay obviously was in a more extreme situation. And the whole time they were trying to get everyone to do the wave
Oh my god.
on the plane.
Oh my god.
They'd be
your
like,
lane.
woo, back and forth
Oh
with their
my
arms.
God.
And there was apparently one dude sitting all the way at the end of their aisle who didn't know them. And they kept being like, come on, do it too. Woo, you didn't do it. And he was just like, fucking leave me alone.
Sounds like a fucking nightmare.
God, how much would you hate that, Gus?
Oh my
Would you
god.
do the wave just to appease them?
No. Oh man.
But that to me is the epitome of like people who go to vacation in Vegas.
That is a Vegas flight.
A bunch of like, can I talk to your manager haircuts? And a lot of alcohol.
Was it Southwest?
No, it was American.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah, but I think I've distilled down now in this last year. I had to take a trip to Rochester, kind of a family emergency, so I had to go to Rochester like immediately, and I was there for like a day or two, and then came back. And it was that was pretty tense to begin with, having to deal. Everything's fine, by the way. I was working through the airport, just trying to get through, and it was like, all right, I was already tense from the situation, and it was like getting aggravated about like people moving around, and I finally have distilled down all of my complaints down to one thing, which is people's unawareness of the impact they have on other people.
Oh yeah. That's my life, dude. It's
like
everywhere.
80% of your pet
everywhere.
peeves is that, right?
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like these people being loud, not realizing the impact they're having on everyone else. Even though it should be very clear after the first minute or two, they're just completely unaware
It was
of
the
it.
entire 2-hour flight.
Yeah, or people like standing in doorways and stuff, and it's just like,
The people that piss me off every fucking time are the people who get off an escalator and don't move.
yeah, they stop at the top.
They just like go and like look around. It's like you realize this is like a fucking thing of people coming at you, unable to stop. And if you get in the way, it's just going to be a toppling effect.
Conventions are like that. I always think about that with San Diego Comic-Con. It's just like, it's packed. They're like highways for people, those lanes.
Yeah.
And it's just like people are moving, and there's people moving behind you. And then always the people just like, they'll be walking along in the middle of the hallway, the lane between booths, and then they just stop and look at something. And it's like everyone just like accordions and like piles up. And it's just like,
It's so much.
It's like step to the side, engage with whatever you're looking at.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
and the thing that happened with me on the plane this last time is like, I'm always the person who goes through this in restaurants where it's like, I know what every person at the table has ordered. If we're up to like 18,
God.
20 people,
Yeah.
I know what everyone has ordered, because when the waitress comes and they're standing there and they're holding like, who had the fajitas? And everyone's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, guys, this is like a restaurant. You've been to a restaurant 1,000 times. Who had the fucking fajitas? So I'm like, that person had that person had that. I'm like air traffic control.
Right.
Like, I don't know why I take on that responsibility, but I also don't know why people don't fucking pay attention.
Because you're there. You're enabling it. They know that they don't have to worry about it. Someone else is going to take care
No,
of it.
I think it's just some people just don't have great awareness as others.
I hate it.
If I see a waitress coming towards the table, I stop talking and I'm just like, yes, let's listen to you. You
Right,
clearly
or
are coming to talk to us or
This
do
is after
something.
like 2 or 3 plates have already gone down too, Barb, and people
Yeah.
are still just like, oh, what? Oh yeah, no, I had cheeseburger.
Or someone who's
That's
just like
mine.
looking at her
Oh, wait,
and be
no,
like,
this. I didn't order this.
oh yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
How do you not remember what you ordered like 2 seconds ago?
And that's what happened on the plane last time with the headphones. What now everyone deals with is like, here comes the drink cart. And I'm very conscious of when someone has to do a very repetitive job.
Yes.
And that's like, especially on a flight from like Austin to Dallas, it's like 30 minutes. And they go through 200 people handing out drinks. It would take me 12 hours to hand out 200 drinks.
Yeah.
So they're coming down, and it's like, I watch them, and it's every row. They're like, sir, like trying to get someone's attention and with the headphones. And it's just like, it's unbelievable to me. That it's like, but then they get to my thing, and they got to do it with every person in my row. It's like,
My least favorite thing too is on a
stick
flight. That's annoying too. But on specifically the Dallas to Austin flight or vice versa, which is think you're in the air for 30 minutes. There's people who will want to buy snacks and drinks. And so like it's the whole credit card process and trying like having to go back to get them food. It's like it's a 30-minute flight.
I've taken longer dumps.
Yeah. And people who order like multiple alcoholic beverages, it's like, do you really need to get wasted in these 30 minutes? You can't wait till you get to the airport or wherever you're going.
I had a friend like this back in the days before like Alamo Draft House and stuff like that, where we go see movies, and it seems like movies used to be 90 minutes. That was the normal runtime for a movie.
It's gotten longer.
It's gotten longer for sure. And so we go to see a movie, and back in the days before reserved seats as well, which wasn't actually that long ago, you'd have to show up like at a certain time to get a good seat. And I always had this friend who was like, I guess like, no, we gotta get there early, like 30, 40 minutes, because I gotta get in line at the concession stand, because I gotta get this and this and this. And it's like he wouldn't go unless he could do those things. It's like, dude, it's an hour and a half. You can't not eat for an hour and a half. It's like, I mean, I'm watching a movie, I'm not even thinking about it. I mean, I get that some people have like tradition or routine that they like to do it, but it was an utter deal breaker for him. It's like, that's why I go to the movie theaters, to eat popcorn.
Like Pavlov's dog, he's seeing a moving picture and he's just like, need to eat.
I will say that it is weird to go to a movie and not have a snack or food of some sort.
Is it?
I feel like I rarely have gone to a movie and not ordered something.
The draft house has trained you.
But it was even before that. I used to work at a movie theater, I guess. But like, you get your snack or your drink or whatever it is, and you have something to do while you're doing
God,
it.
I never got
I'm sure there's a lot of
shit.
people hearing me say this that they're just like, well, what's Bernie talking about? Of course you have to eat something in a movie.
I just refuse
You really
to
don't.
pay,
It's only an hour and a half.
pay like £9 for popcorn. I never buy anything.
But
Too
I feel
expensive.
when I go to the draft house, I feel guilted into eating something.
Even if you're not hungry.
Right. It's like I feel like I have to get something.
Yeah, at
'cause
least
I'm
a
in that
drink
seat.
or something.
Right.
There was a woman at Endgame sitting right next to me who midway through the movie pulls out a fucking one of those long Toblerone bars.
Nice.
And
Like one from the airport?
all I hear, from the airport.
Was it the giant like novelty stuff?
It was maybe like
You know,
a
they're
foot.
just that's filled with just a bunch of little Toblerones. It's not a giant Toblerone.
We got a giant Toblerone on this fucking podcast.
It's
That blows my
a
mind.
Scam.
we had one.
But all I
We
hear
did do a big
midway through the movie is
Yeah, that's really loud.
The foil.
like she would take a bite, roll down the plastic more, take another bite, roll down the plastic.
Oh
It's
my
like, just take all the chocolate out.
You know what? Speaking of eating, are we doing this? So yeah, there you go. This the medium runtime movies,
Medium runtime of the
according to StephenFollows.com.
So around
that doesn't go back far enough. The movies used to be really long, and then they got short, and then they got long again.
yeah, they got really short in the late 2000s there, but it's still like 100 minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes, 100 minutes, hour and a half.
Anyway, speaking of food, I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by HelloFresh. Ever have a recipe rut? Just cooking the same meals day after day? You know there are a ton of options out there, but where do you start, right? HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can cook, eat, and enjoy. You get seasonal, simple recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door every week. With HelloFresh, cooking is enjoyable and easy. Enjoy fun menu features with 20-minute meals, one-pot wonders, and more. All meals come together in 30 minutes max. Call for less than 2 pots and pans and require minimal cleanup. And you can get out of that recipe rut and start cooking outside your comfort zone by discovering new, delicious recipes. Super easy to use. They send you the paper, tells you exactly what you need to supply, which is normally a pot and a pan, maybe some oil, and then outlays all the instructions for you. Super great. Spend less time meal planning and grocery shopping so you can get that time back to do more of what you love. For $80 off your first month of HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/RTP80 and enter RTP80. It's like receiving 8 meals for free. So to get $80 off your first month. Go to HelloFresh.com/RTP80 and enter RTP80. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
My cat is too smart.
There it is.
Oh, is that the big one?
Yeah, we have that.
Whoa.
Let me see. It's just an empty box.
Oh, is it empty?
Yeah,
Damn
but
it.
that was-
got so
it had
excited.
four.
It had a giant Toblerone.
Or it had 4 in it.
What? What are you talking about?
Because some of them are stacked like row of 3 and 1 on top. But that was the big one.
That was the big one.
This is all just one big piece of chocolate.
We fucking
it around.
had it on this podcast, dude.
When? Like 20 years ago?
He found the box.
Still on the back of the podcast.
It was on the back of the set.
Nah, it smells fake. That smells like a dead raccoon. They're not a sponsor, are they?
No.
Toblerone. It smells like a
That's what I'm thinking about your
Man,
raccoon.
Do you know there's a bear? I'm just going to repeat every conversation we've had about Toblerone at this point.
I had the shit scared out of me at my house this morning.
It was like this big.
I think you want to slide that over to Mike.
Why? What does Mike want the box again? Here you go, bud.
Keep
Put it back up. I have a backyard. And the first thing I do when I get up
Brag
in the morning
about a backyard, fucker.
I have to let my dogs out into the yard. So the way to get to the backyard is there's a sliding door. And there's blinds in front of the sliding door. It's the kind that come down like from the top of the glass all the way to the floor.
Like
You
a
don't,
blind.
you don't have vertical blinds?
No.
Bless you.
That's why I'm being very particular about this. Gavin, you asshole.
Sure.
So
Vertical blinds, I hate them.
I hate them.
Fucking hate them.
I raise the blinds. They go all the way up. Open the sliding door. Dogs go out. Walk around with them a bit. They do their business. Go back in. Walk into my backyard or walk back into my house. Close the sliding door. Lock it. Go to let the blinds down. Pull them. The blinds come down, and I'm standing like this close to the blinds. Like they're right in front of me as I'm letting them down. It comes down, and right in front of me, eye level, is a fucking giant ass spider.
Oh! Fucking shit.
it was
Burn
like-
your house.
If it was
Why? It's spiders.
If it was a prank, it could not have been planted more fucking perfectly. I was so startled. I took 2 steps back. There was an ottoman there. I tripped and started spinning around. I almost ate shit and knocked myself out by hitting my head on the ground because of this fucking spider. It was like 3 inches big
Oh my
from leg to
God.
leg. And
3 inches?
it was that big. No, like this big.
Yeah, fucking shit.
And
Ah!
so like I'm standing there staring at it and the first I'm still groggy. It's early. It's the first thing in the morning. I'm like, is this a prank? It was just so perfectly right in front of my fucking face.
Did you start looking for cameras?
Like I couldn't believe it. I had to get my shoe and just like
You killed it?
I didn't kill it on the blind because like it's gonna fucking get my blind dirty. So like knock it off the blind and kill it on the ground. What are the fucking odds? It wasn't there when I lifted the blind. Where was that spider?
So have you started looking for a new house yet?
So I got a great house on the market. If you're interested.
Has vertical blinds or horizontal blinds?
Now, if I had gone
Also,
to get
it's been burned down a little bit.
if I had gone to get my shoe and come back and it was gone, yeah, that
So you
house
killed
would be
it?
sold. Yeah, I killed it.
Oh, God.
Took
What
care
are you
of
worried
it.
about was a spider?
The biting.
Or also waking up and it's on your face or in
Yeah.
Spider, spiders are nice.
areas?
Spiders aren't bad.
Yeah, I would have just thrown it out.
Good friends.
No, he was uninvited.
Spiders are friends.
My cat Smee, he's a clever cat. He can operate doors and cabinets. He actually knows how to open different types of doors. So like a handle pull door,
what about a round one?
he can't do one of those, but I don't have any, so it's irrelevant. He can pull down on a handle and open a door.
Oh,
And you know some doors they just have like the ball things in the top of the frame, so the handles are fake and you just have to like push
Oh,
them
yeah,
out of
yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
And the ball kind of goes like. He knows that those handles are fake, so he like leans up on them and goes, "Ugh," and he like shoves them with
pushes.
2 hands. So he does that. He also knows how to pull cabinets, and now he's taken to jumping up on the bed in the morning, and he knows that I'll ignore him if he's just walking around. So he started stomping. He like stomps on me.
How
he,
does a
he
cat
walks like,
stomp?
and he tries to like be as heavy-footed as possible on the bed. I think he's a human trapped in a
He
cat's
stomps.
body.
I want to see video of your cat stomping.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
he just
ever
deliberately
seen a
walks
cat
really
stomp.
hard, and it's something he's just recently started doing.
Is it on you at all? Or just
Yeah, he wants pets. He wants
Sounds like
morning
you have
pets.
demanding?
Carbon monoxide leak and all this stuff.
That sounds
But
like
I want to figure out like other types of doors that he could do.
you should make like a
an
door, maybe
obstacle
like
course.
something
Yeah.
to like test him.
Maybe he could crack a safe.
Like, you got to build to that. He can't
You
go
can't just
straight
go
to
straight
it. Yeah,
to a safe.
he's got to work on different kinds of doors.
He might be able to do a sliding door. Getting his just like if it was open a little bit, he could probably slide.
Is
one.
it just
They're heavy,
me?
though.
Or is it all your cats who could open doors?
Well, I think the other cats know that he can do it. So if one of the cats wants to get somewhere, Smee will just,
Hey, bud.
hey, can you get me in this cabinet? But Smee has started in this thing where he'll open up a cabinet, get inside it, and then just like shove on it from the inside, so the door goes like, and it's so loud and terrifying.
Did you see that video on Reddit the other day of a cat getting into a dresser drawer and closing itself in there?
Yeah, Nutmeg does that.
That would be terrifying because then you'd be like, where the fuck is my cat?
Oh, Nutmeg does something even worse is that she gets the drawers open. It's really funny the way she does it too, because she gets like I have cabinets, and that's where I keep my jeans and t-shirts, and then I have drawers below that. There's 3 of them. She wants to climb in the top one, the third one, so she reaches up and she hooks her claws on the top of it, and then just hangs, and then slowly the drawer comes out with her on it. She's like just enough weight, but she doesn't pull or anything. She's just hanging and slowly moving out. Then she gets it open. She gets in there. Then she gets in the drawer, then climbs out of the back of the drawer and down in there. So then I come along and I see my drawers open. I shut it and I'm like, squish. And I hear squeak. And I from sweet little Nutmeg, because I gave her a little squish because she was behind the drawer.
Oh,
That's so smart.
Yeah.
They can operate all these human-made devices.
They're not all smart. That cat Mush, I don't know about that cat.
You got an
man.
idiot cat?
He might be he's a big dummy.
he's still a kid.
He's so stupid though.
Like still a couple months
She
old.
gave him a little cat
He
dunce
can't
hat.
jump onto anything.
No, that's great. That's like the worst part about having a cat.
Yeah.
No, it's 10 times worse.
Oh, this is the cat that's putting itself in the
that's
drawer.
like Nutmeg, but her feet are off her feet would be off.
Watch this. This is my favorite part. It gets in the drawer and then proceeds to close itself in there.
Yeah, Nutmeg doesn't do that.
Hey, Eric,
That's hilarious.
can we get a vertical TV so we can watch videos like this? I don't see all these black bars on the
Listen,
side.
Yeah,
the
working
thing.
on it.
Okay, thank you.
It's a thing.
Appreciate
Hey, Eric, I think I just delivered to you. I sent you a clip that I recorded when I was up in Rochester at my aunt's house. I sent you guys this clip. I found she had glasses that I was like, this glass is like really bright. I wonder if this is uranium glass. So I brought a black light to test to see if it was uranium glass or not.
So you thought that the previous time, and then you
Yeah.
deliberately bought a black light this time.
No, we had a black light because we have fucking cats. So we keep a black light so we can, like, in case they make a little spot, you can find out where they're doing that business.
Turns out it was a semen-covered cup.
It's an old jizz goblet.
The old jizz goblet.
How
from the
dare you?
20s.
How dare you?
That's exactly what I think of when I think of
How
like a
dare
black
you?
light.
What's wrong with you?
It's like you're finding jizz.
But Mush is he's I just don't know. He's dumb. He's cute, but he puts this dumb look on his face too, like this. It's in the Instagram photo, like this like cockeyed look that he has. By the way, that reminds me, your eyebrows. Did we ever show the clip of Amelia Clark? Is that her name?
Amelia Clark?
Amelia?
Amelia?
Yeah.
You say Amelia?
Like the name?
Amelia is Amelia.
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 Like Emily. Yeah.
Amelia.
It's not a name. Name one other Amelia you've ever heard of.
Amelia Earhart?
That's stop
Amelia.
it. It's a different name. It's a fucking different name.
Amelia Estevez.
Have you ever seen her eyebrows? What she does with her eyebrows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking crazy.
They
Is
look
that
like
real?
little
Well, she's on like
caterpillars.
red carpet interviews, and she's like talking and just like expressing, and her eyebrows are going
You see the
fucking
videos that are like her eyebrows are stabilized?
That's
Yeah.
funny, really.
I mean, in Game of Thrones, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just very expressive.
But what was I saying? We were talking about
talking about the
Mush,
cup.
fucking
Oh.
Mush, idiot cat. He can't jump up on anything. So his solution is like,
You were on the podcast for the Toblerone, apparently.
I know it was. I've been reading that. Everyone's all excited about the Toblerone conversation being repeated. Fuck y'all. Who cares? It's a big chocolate bar. Like, you guys got nothing else to remember? You're remembering the big fucking chocolate bar conversation? What the fuck's wrong with you, internet? Fuck off. Anyway, Mush, like if you couldn't jump up, like if I said, hey, get on top of that cabinet, and you're like, well, I clearly can't jump up there because I'm Gavin.
Yeah.
How would you get up there? That's exactly how Mush gets on everything. He like walks up to, we have these, right by our kitchen sink, we have kind of like a little island there where we never use them, but there's little bar stools and they have like kind of like cushion leather top cushions on these things. He just walks up, stretches up, grabs them like this, and then goes. He puts his claws into the leather and just goes like this.
Oh my god.
And he tries to pull himself up, and it's like me trying to do a chin up. He like gets his,
His legs like
I'm like, just fucking jump up
He's also
there.
a fucking cat. How heavy could he be for his own weight?
I just like, I don't know. It's like
he's got commitment issues.
it's the worst way to do it.
You should start flinging him. Just start throwing him up stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just, like,
see if you could
chuck him up.
recover.
There's a great video
How
on.
do you teach a cat to jump?
There's a great video on Reddit of a
tree
guy
hop.
who's like in the top bunk, and his cat jumps up, but it jumps up with like that perfect arc to where it just like goes Like it lands like just
Yeah.
softly, like those trampolines where the height is perfect for
Yeah.
the platform.
Yeah, like the Cirque du Soleil shows.
yeah.
There's either that outcome or when they jump just high enough to hit the edge of the bed with such force that they just go thump.
I love that.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Nutmeg does that sad because she tries to jump. She's getting old. We got her stairs to get up on the bed.
Do you think you'll need that one day?
Stairs to get in the bed? I hope not. Hope I just fall over into the bed and that's it.
Greg Miller and Genevieve have stairs for Portillo, their little dog, because he's so small and old.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta help them out, man. They're your buddies.
So cute. What's this?
Okay, so this is the about my black light, trying to figure out if this cup would glow or not under the black light. So I was testing all the cups in there. Look at that.
Whoa.
Dude, it's like Nuka-Cola
That's
glass.
crazy.
So and I looked it up. This depression glass or whatever it's called. It's got it's got uranium in it. That's what it is. And so it's a level that's not like bad enough to hurt you or anything.
Why
drinking
does
it.
it have uranium in it?
I do because they didn't know.
Or maybe to make it glow like that, or to give it a color.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
on purpose?
Yeah. You think they made the glass and it glows and like, oh, that was an accident.
Well,
Weird.
what's in the clock hands? Is that radium?
Radium, I
Yeah. And all those ladies who would paint the clock hands, they'd paint the glow in the dark. They all died of cancer.
Because they would
They'd lick.
They'd lick the brush.
And yeah, pretty sad.
So just drink
I
out
don't,
of
know
it.
if, I don't know if it's all of them.
It's probably a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Most.
One of them might like fallen off a ladder or something, but it wasn't healthy. That's all we're getting at. You gonna watch the Chernobyl miniseries that's coming
it
out?
looks interesting.
What's it about? Well, it's about Chernobyl. Is it like a reenactment thing or is it like footage?
It's a prequel. It's just the city of Chernobyl, like from the 60s.
like they're deciding-
Nothing eventful happens. It's just daily life
They're
in
trying
this
to decide
village.
whether or not they should build a nuclear reactor. And it's unclear what the outcome will be.
Oh, that'd be
What's
great.
it about?
If it was like 2 weeks in the 60s in this town called Chernobyl, and at
always
the end of
sunny in
it, somebody
Chernobyl.
goes, we should build a nuclear plant. And then it ends like on a
credit.
cliffhanger, and that's it. Great idea. I'll tell you what I've been watching. I watched that
I still never found out.
that Netflix show, Black Summer. Mm-hmm. The zombie one. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think you've even heard of it.
There's so many Netflix originals now.
I
Jesus
just heard
Christ.
people talking about this, and it was like, this is crazy. This zombie series that's out. And listen, I know zombies are completely fucking played out, but I grew up like watching John Romero and all his zombie movies, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. And it's just like, I'm still into it, and I want to see a good zombie, a good take on it. I like it. And I'm still like occasionally watching Walking
So
Dead.
how is that show?
Dude, their new take on zombie. So this is a zombie outbreak, and this is like the population at large. This isn't like post-apocalyptic of people learning to survive 2 years after the event. This is like it's going on right now. It's not 28 days later. It's like day. It's the day. It's like, and they're dealing with this thing, and the military's out and everything like that. So it's like, oh, this is gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be fucking tons of zombies in the streets and all that stuff. Nope. Their new take on a zombie movie. There's no zombies in it. It's like literally.
It's just the fear of knowing they exist there.
Yeah. It's like, Barb, there's like 20 minutes at a time of this thing where there's no dialogue spoken.
What's happening then?
Like most zombie movies, like and shooting and
Yeah, or
stuff like
at
that.
least running away from
Here's
them.
Here's a scene from Black Summer. If I can do a dramatic interpretation, if I'm one of the main characters,
Should we narrate what you're doing?
if you want to, for our audio listeners.
Bernie's doing nothing. He's looking to the side. Now looking again to the side and now to the other
What was
side.
that? What was that? There's nothing.
Now he's also looking around.
Behind him, maybe?
Now he looks suspicious and kind of scared.
He's already looked there before, but he's looking there
That's
again.
it, dude. There's so many fucking scenes. It's just somebody in a room, like they're walking through a high school cafeteria, and they're just like that. And there's one of the main characters. She speaks completely untranslated Korean the entire time, and it doesn't matter. You can't even turn on the fucking subtitles. Turn on the subtitles that says speaking in Korean. It's like, dude, it's just like.
Sounds like they've just done everything to avoid writing a script that
And
they
you
could
don't-
possibly do.
You don't learn anything about this character. She's one of the main characters in it. You learn nothing about her the entire time.
Well, it's on you for not learning Korean, honestly.
It's like performance art, but like not like a normal like entertainment product.
When you see a zombie, though, is because it's so rare, is it exciting?
You see them, there's just not a lot. There's more.
Are they fast?
They went too fast on the path, which a lot of people do. They went,
Wow. It really does say that.
yeah, speaking in Korean. And nobody else in the scene speaks Korean. They're plotting and planning, and they're all talking about what they're going to do. And then she speaks for 40 seconds in untranslated Korean. And everybody goes, I don't speak Korean. And it's like, you've already been through 80 of these fucking meetings. Don't you understand that nobody understands what you're saying at all? And then occasionally she says stuff because she's not fluent in English. She will say stuff in English. It's like, come on, lead with that next time. You've established that this group of people in America does not speak Korean anyway.
Maybe they're learning.
It is like, it almost feels to me like a producer bet someone else that like, we can get him to watch this zombie thing. Let's just do it.
Have you watched any of I Think You Should Leave on Netflix?
No. You mean the sketch comedy show?
Sketch comedy, yeah.
I saw the thing you posted and it made me laugh.
Yeah.
The Instagram thing?
It's pretty good. It's 6 episodes that are all somewhere between 16 and 18 minutes each. It's like super bite-sized, just like here's a couple of skits, out, done.
Like sketch stuff is coming back.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really, really well done. And there's you're talking about making bets. I was talking with Eric before the show about this. It's like, that's like the kind of thing where I'm sure it's people who pitch these sketches and were told no before. It's like, oh, fuck it. Let's just, every sketch that we got told no about, let's make it.
So does that mean they're not good?
Some of them are weird. Some of them are out there.
Gotcha.
It's really funny. And I really recommend you watch it. But some of them are just like, wow, that was an interesting take.
On Netflix, you said?
Yeah.
I've been watching Schitt's Creek. Any of you see that?
I hear people talk about that regularly. Is it good?
I don't know.
Ringing endorsement.
No, that's the new thing with series. It's like you watch something and you're like 2 episodes in, you're like, I don't know if I like this.
Like, I'm kind of enjoying it, and there's moments that I laugh at, but like, I don't know. It's kind of falling a little flat to me in places. I'm not quite connecting to the characters and
I
stuff.
felt like with Ozark, I watched the first season and I was like, I don't know if I liked it or not.
Yeah, I feel like that
it
was
kind of
too.
intriguing, and it was like shit went wrong a lot, and I was like, did I get anything good from that, or do I just feel sad?
Well, what I'm confused about, and I don't know what people were saying about Ozark, but for Schitt's Creek, everyone who I've heard talk about it was like, oh, it's so fucking funny, it's great, you're gonna love it, blah blah blah. And then I'm watching him like season 2 now, and I'm like,
Yeah, how long do you have to give it?
I'm gonna keep watching it because I'm invested now in the storyline.
How many seasons is it? Do you know?
I want to say 3.
Oh, so you're most of the way there.
Yeah.
Just everyone's different though. Like, there are people who've like watched 2 seasons of Game of Thrones and stop.
True.
And I don't understand that. I feel like you either haven't seen it or it's amazing.
I love
don't
the
know
first
how
season
you could.
too.
Yeah, I think it's all pretty much really good.
That's invading my life though across the board, or at least with some stuff, because I think I'm at that point now with Star Wars too. Like, everyone was super upset about The Last Jedi. You know, there was like a lot of vocal reaction to it, and even like expectations for Force Awakens. I don't have any opinions of those movies, period. Like, it was a Star Wars movie and I watched it. That's all I can really say about it. It's like, I saw the trailer. It was at Endgame this weekend with the kids. The trailer for Episode 9's out, and I was just like, that movie is coming out and I'm going to see it. It was like the most like middle of the road neutral reaction that I could have.
But you must, if someone says, "Did you like the last Star Wars movie?" You'd probably just be like, I think that's what your opinion is. Your opinion is that you thought it was okay.
I saw it. That's my opinion. Like, if you ask me if I
you seeing it isn't an opinion.
That's a fact.
But like, if you asked me if I liked The Matrix, or if you asked me if I liked Endgame, I would have said, it was great, and I would talk to you about Endgame. If you asked me about Last Jedi, I would say, yeah, it was, okay, I saw it. My whole thing is did I like it and would I recommend it? Because those are 2 different categories to me. There's a lot of stuff that I like
that you don't
I would not recommend to other people.
Ditto.
I love Sea of Thieves. Would never recommend anybody play Sea of Thieves because everybody fucking hates that game.
Yeah. It's like that for a lot of like romantic comedies for myself. It's like something that I would enjoy because it's dumb and stupid and easy. But then I'm like, if I recommend it, then I might seem like I don't have good taste.
You just got to stage it appropriately.
So is Schitt's Creek, does that fall in that category for you? Are you saying that you're not sure if you liked it because you don't want people to see it as an endorsement?
No. I think it's a great show, and a lot of people love it. It's just like a show that we just kind of put on. It's 22-minute episodes, and it's after every episode, I'm kind of just like, okay. It's not like I don't feel the need to keep watching it.
I do feel like the last few series I've watched, it's like you don't need to make 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Make 4. Make like a super long movie. Make like a 5-hour movie. I haven't seen that yet. I'd watch that on Netflix. But Black Summer could have been probably a really great like 3 hours, and it was, I think, like 7 hours or something like that. That's why you get 2 minutes of somebody walking in a hallway looking like this quietly. Like, just it's fucking crazy. And at first you're like, wow, this is really atmospheric, and then it's like, this is just the atmosphere. This is all this is.
Yeah, you go from like, this is really atmospheric to Did I reply to that email?
I did also watch
We're in the last 15 minutes. So we're getting close to talking about Game of Thrones,
Leaving
right?
Neverland. I watched Leaving Neverland, the documentary about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I watched it.
Good? I heard it really changes a lot of people's
Oh
opinions.
god,
about
it was
stuff.
like the
It was-
worst thing I've ever watched.
It was so difficult to watch,
Yeah.
especially part one.
Yeah.
When they
What-
start to get into like
Yeah, they get like the
details.
first 45 minutes, like they don't mention anything at all. It's
Yeah.
just like all set up.
Background and who these
and
kids
it's like,
are.
oh, this is fine. Then it's like, then you start getting very graphic details. Like,
You have to be in the right mindset to watch it.
It affected me for days after. I keep thinking about it. And now I'm at the point where I just like, if I shuffle onto a Michael Jackson track, I'll just skip it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's just so bad.
especially difficult. Watch it with Trevor. He has a 10-year-old brother, and so watching that for him was like super difficult.
He really understands like that age and that mindset.
Well, yeah, and it's just like if you think of your younger brother or relative being in that situation, you kind of just feel awful and disgusted.
Yeah.
I mean, you do regardless of having someone that age in your
you see it?
family.
A
but-
lot more
No, I
relatable.
haven't. I watched another movie that just like roped me in that I can't stop thinking about. Totally different subject matter, but I watched Free Solo.
I haven't seen that yet. I hear it's really
Holy,
good.
You would fucking love it, I think, Gus. It's about the guy who climbs
El Capitan?
Capitan in Yosemite, and he does it without gear and and it's like the whole time he's like, it's him preparing to do this climb, and everyone's like, yeah, this guy's gonna die, and he's like, I'm probably gonna die.
It's like 3,000 feet or something, right?
He's such a compelling character, though. The guy that was in this movie is and I should know his name, but he's just like, he's odd. I don't know how else to describe it, but someone who's going to climb up a mountain with no gear and everything has to be a little bit
different-
off the beaten
different
path.
person, yeah.
He's a different person. I shouldn't say odd. He's a different person for sure. But he's trying to do something that is epically impossible to do.
Yeah.
And,
I cannot imagine how you begin to approach doing something like that.
I would highly recommend it.
check
It's
it
a
out.
National Geographic movie.
Here, let me read this thing.
Okay.
I want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by Drop. If you want to hear new details in the sound design of your favorite movies or games, or just rediscover your favorite music, treat yourself with a pair of high-end headphones by Drop. Drop is the home to the biggest audiophile community and makes products by collaborating with them. With the community and the legendary audio brand Sennheiser, Drop was able to recreate the Sennheiser 650s, the longtime flagship headphones of Sennheiser, regarded by audiophiles as the best headphones under $2,000. Now you can get that same super rich sound in the Drop Sennheiser 6XX headphones. Upgrade your listening gear, treat yourself with a pair of high-end headphones, and listen to your favorite content like our podcast in a whole new way. All new Drop users get $10 perk for their first purchase. Just check out the link below. Get your pair of headphones from Drop today. That's dro.ps/RT6XX. And don't forget the $10 perk for your first purchase. Thank you to Drop for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast. Check it right there. Boom.
$2,000
So
headphones.
it's the people in the chat were saying, I think Noon Dark was the name of the user in the chat who said this. That Gus, you would like Free Solo because you would like the guy's personality. I agree. You might watch this and say like, "Oh, I found someone else like me, someone else
another
like
one.
me." Maybe that you should go climbing with him. You can like burn holes into stuff where there's no path.
I can go first.
You go first.
And just like carve my way. Like just give me a few weeks.
You're like footsteps in the snow, but in the stone of a mountain, basically.
Normal stuff. So,
So let's pause.
Can we talk?
before we talk about Game of Thrones, just one other thing I want to mention. I want to remind everyone that RTX is coming up this July 5th to 7th. It's here in Austin. We have weekend badges still available.
Troy Baker, Nolan
check it
North,
out. Mhm.
just recently announced coming.
Phil
I'm
DeFranco's coming.
doing a one-on-one talk with Mr. Phil DeFranco, that beautiful bastard. Launched his own line of beauty products. You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's got like a men's
I
beauty
think
product.
That's a great idea. I think it's really.
I
really
mean,
good
the
idea.
beautiful bastard thing's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna talk to Phil. Phil's gonna be here for RTX. It'll be great.
Yeah, we've got like I said, Troy Baker, Nolan North, Jessica Negri, Sung Won, bunch of other stuff. Podcast festival, animation festival. I think we have some animation festival news coming out later this week
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
new guests going to be announced.
So check it out. It's a good time.
I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're gonna have the entire cast of the Avengers. It's gonna be there.
and Drake is coming.
Drake will be there.
Well, I know him because I'm from Canada.
That was a lie.
So here in Austin, check it out, rtxevent.com. We'd love to see all of you there. Go check out the website.
I was gonna make a joke that it's the cast of the Avengers movie from the '90s, the spy movie, but I think actually,
Uma Thurman.
yeah, Uma Thurman might be in that. So it's like we couldn't get her to come.
That's the TV show.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
it was
With
based on.
Olenna. She was one of the Avengers
Oh, really?
when she was young and in the 60s.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, can we move into Game of Thrones talk now? Okay, should we have a hard part? Let me one more.
One more housekeeping thing.
Go ahead. Housekeeping.
We're doing the steak off next week.
Oh, are we?
Steak off's next week.
Dude, I just signed up to do this food show on Sunday, a UK food show. So I'm gonna be like bleh for food, but okay, challenge accepted.
So don't forget, you two are making steaks this year.
I'm in England.
You are not.
Yeah.
Next Monday, you are?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you
Were
guys
you
are
counting
making
on me
mistakes
being here?
again.
I sent you the calendar invite. Oh wait, you never responded to us. Never mind.
Who should we
I
replace
responded to
Gab
your
with?
text
Who would
and
be
you
good
didn't
for
text me
steaks?
You guys.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Jeff versus Barbara. You get destroyed.
Bring it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeff would cook a steak.
I'm gonna have a trick up my sleeve.
Maybe we should get Mariel. Mariel would be good, right?
Mariel and
She
Barb.
likes steak.
Is that what you said?
No?
What? No?
No, Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is your trick Mariel? You gonna pull Mariel out? She's gonna make a steak? Is that the way the trick works?
So we're still doing steak off, Eric? Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, we're having steak off next week.
steak off, 10th anniversary. You're missing all kinds of cool
Oh,
stuff.
and next week is the 10th anniversary of weekly episodes of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Holy shit.
I've been playing a lot of SimCity lately. What? And Sims. The Austin airport is now what, 40 gates? It's a lot of gates,
Not
40 gates.
It's like 34, I think.
Hey, we're a big city now.
Okay.
How come we don't have a train in the airport? How come we don't have a cart? You ever notice that? The Austin airport doesn't have a cart.
A cart to ride on?
Yeah, use the cart. You never thought about that before, did you?
What's happening here?
Yeah. You go to Dallas, you go anywhere else. There's
Dallas
somebody
is like five terminals.
Yeah, so many
coming
terminals.
along with
well long.
the people on it. How do you get on that cart? Like, what's the special thing?
Why are you talking about this?
What?
we were talking about steaks.
Why does the Austin airport not have a cart? It is big enough.
It's
Shut up,
not.
San
It's
Diego.
not wide enough.
It's one terminal.
What?
It's one terminal.
It's 40 gates, dude.
You'd hit a bunch of chairs and people eating barbecue and shit.
And listen to the live music. You don't
Also-
find that strange that we don't have a cart?
no.
Here's the thing. Who's transferring through the Austin terminal?
That, I think, is the real answer to the question here. Who's making a connection? But I hear it every time I'm on a fucking plane landing in Austin. They're like, oh, if you're making a connection, just go this way or that way.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
no one's connecting.
who the fuck connects through Austin? Who the hell does that?
So you're sat down on a flight, you walk off the flight, and you think, I wish I could immediately be sat down again. on
I'm
wheels.
saying, if this was a game and a simulation, I got my airport big enough to where it should have the cart animation.
I don't think we're there yet.
Zipping through.
What if it had
How
a-
dare you?
What
We're
if
not
that
there.
is ski
We're
lift?
not there.
What if it was chairs that hang over everyone? You move like this through
Like
the
a
airport?
gondola? That's the DLC.
Or you just hook onto it and it pulls you through the
Yeah,
airport.
you just rope on and you get dragged through the airport.
Like in Beetlejuice, the guy who's like,
Dude, if
be
it's
fun.
Texas, we should have robotic bulls that like you jump on the back of them and like,
you have to lasso them though to get around.
they drag you.
Don't they have some carry-on suitcases that have like a little like skateboard looking thing that comes out of it or wheels that
Oh,
you
I
could,
think
like,
I've seen
There's
that.
motorized ones.
on?
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can like ride on them. But
Huh.
then I'm sure they give you shit about the batteries in those things,
Probably.
dude. When I was sailing, they were like, you have these little cylinders that go in your life jackets. Listen, I like TSA; they're great, but I don't like arguing with that. Especially, I had to argue with them like right after the shutdown when they were all working for no money, and it's like they took these cylinders out. They're like, you can't take this on the plane. It's like, here's
like
a
a
printout
CO2
from,
cylinder.
it's a CO2 cylinder, right, for a life jacket that when you fall in the water, it inflates. And I'm like, here's the printout from your website that says I can have this. I'm like, no, just can't do it. So I lost these two $40 cylinders, and I was able to get the last one back because I talked to a manager, and they were like, oh yeah, you can have this. They just didn't know, and I'm like, I told them, fucker. Anyway, but I appreciate them working during the shutdown. I really do.
All right. Now, with all that being said, we're talking about Game of Thrones for a little while.
Winterfell has a cart.
If
I was just
you
about to
have
make
not
the same
seen the
joke.
most recent episode of Game of Thrones, we're going to start discussing spoilers. You see, we have that thing down there now. So it's time for our.
We're
Game
going
of
to the
Thrones
end too,
discussion.
right? Here of
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
this
Well,
podcast.
So this will be
26.
from here to the end of the podcast. Game of
Yeah,
Thrones
and
spoilers.
if you're watching some
Bye,
point in the future,
everyone.
we are discussing to episode 3 of season 8.
Yes,
The Long Night. Was that what this one's called?
I believe so. So
The Battle at Winterfell.
it's time for Game of Thrones discussion. So you've been adequately warned.
I thought so many more people were going to die.
Same.
I'm sorry. Can we set the mood? Is that
Oh,
okay?
you want to set the mood?
Oh yeah, because this is episode 3. So let's set the mood.
Let's set the
right.
mood.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
It's actually
This
kind
is
of nice.
exactly what the entire episode was like.
Yeah, I can see too much.
Who is that?
This is actually better. This is actually better lighting than most of the scenes.
Punch the light.
This is better lighting than in most of the scenes.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
I mean, it was just like I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on.
It was fine. It'd be fine when you watch it on disc.
Maybe.
I guess. Although I gotta say, I'm still gonna be going back and watching it. I'm still gonna be like an old man during that dragon fight, going, "Who now? Which one is the good dragon?" Because I couldn't tell what was what. Like,
Yeah, like the dragons crashed. It was like,
oh, there's the bad dragon, right?
yeah, it's like who? Yeah, what? Who is it?
There was a point where I was like, which dragon just hit the other dragon?
Right.
And I was like, the Night King's
then-
off.
and then when-
that was Daenerys?
When the Night King threw the spear at Daenerys, I was like, did it hit her?
Yeah. I love how she just went, "Shoo," and it went, "Pew."
Did it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it hit her.
Oh, I saw it perfectly on my phone, so I was good to go.
It was not to be streamed. I bet it looks great. I bet it's a really nice looking
The funny
episode.
part to
Think so?
me was that they had this dragon, this dead dragon that was spewing, what was it?
Like blue fire.
Blue fire that could fucking go through a stone wall and burn the building.
Wall
And the wall.
at the end of last season.
But then when Jon Snow was running away from it and it's like shooting through the wall, all he has to do is duck behind a wall and he's good to go.
Well, that
I don't-
wall was much
Yeah.
stronger than the wall, apparently. Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, the wall's made out of ice, right? That's why it melted.
And magic.
But it also went through the castle itself.
Yeah, look what the dragons did to Harrenhal. It was like a bunch of melted stone. And it didn't feel like doing it to Winterfell.
yeah, but that's the stamina thing. It's like
You
the
really
second
got- yeah.
shot's not like it's not as powerful as the first.
Well,
shot,
I mean, it
right?
was damaged. It was leaking through its neck.
It's true.
That's- yeah.
That's when the Night King killed it.
Yeah.
Got him.
Can I change the lights back? I can't look at this anymore.
But this is hold on a second. So let's talk about the lights for just one more second before you change it back. The lighting in this was ridiculous. I get that it was supposed to be at night, and I was prepared to deal with it being at night. But when I was already like, I can't see shit. The thing with the Dothraki was awesome. Although
That was so cool.
the fucking Dothraki though, it's like, really, this was the build up. It's like they were in it for all of 2 fucking minutes. You know,
Well,
it
to
was
be fair, they did a lot of hard work leading up to this, like the battle at outside King's Landing with the
Yeah.
with the
the
wagon
Lannisters.
train.
Yeah, that was all.
That was it. You just named it. That was the thing. That was the battle. They were great over in the Eastern lands, but they're like, we don't like to get on ships. It's like, that's a good idea. Don't get on ships in the future. Just
They're not
stay
used
over
to
there.
fighting in all their winter gear. They're used
True.
to having no shirts on.
True. Yeah. Well, they had their flaming swords by that point.
I like
Anyway,
Melisandre shows up and does 2 worthless things. She lights the Arax on fire, and then she lights the flame pit.
I
Like,
mean, the
it
flame
bought
pit
them
at
time.
least, yeah, bought them time, got rid of some people.
It bought them like 5 minutes, if that.
Well, here's
Better
the
than
thing
nothing.
with the trench, though, is that they end up getting over the trench of fire by piling bodies on it. But we've seen earlier in the show that those shriveled up old corpses are flammable as penis. Like, they all would have just made a bigger pile of fire. I don't know why it like smoked out the fire on that one.
Yeah. Well, I will say that the rules for the whites, like the basic grunt troops
Yeah.
for the undead, they changed that on the fly. Like the first shot of them coming in a wave, which by the way, all the main heroes were in the front line of that
And they
formation.
survived that.
They were all perfectly fine. That first wave that came when they just poured over the top of them, I was like, oh yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, okay, it's gonna be dark. I'm okay with that. I can deal with this. And it's like I could see the big formation still, and it's where the dead were making progress. Couldn't really see the dead that well.
Yeah.
And people saying that was a choice they made because they wanted you to feel like it was you were in the battle.
Choice they made because it's easier to animate. It's like you get away with a lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like I was still almost like I was almost okay with that choice and the way it looked aesthetically. And then that fucking blizzard shows up. And I was like, as soon as I saw it form, I was like, oh fuck you. Because I knew it's like how could they make that more difficult? When she lit the trench on fire, my first thought was, oh, badass, she used a spell and lit it on fire. I'm like, well, that's just gonna make smoke. Now we're gonna have smoke.
I was
no
happy.
lights.
I was happy when she lit it because I was like, oh, that's light.
Yeah.
Like it'll light that portion of the battlefield and we'll be able to see what's going on.
And it
Actually,
did
I
lit
could
like
see it.
3 rows of the undead army.
It was great. It looked so much better after that.
It did, yeah.
But the Night King has brought the fog and storm before. Like, it wasn't just like they decided
Right.
to do that time.
Yeah, like
But it was interesting how they did treat the undead like a sea, like it was like a wave of people floating over, and there was raining dead at one point.
I
There
felt
was-
like they kind of did that at Hardhome when they came over the
Yes.
cliff and like
Yeah.
the undead just kind of poured down. It was
Yeah.
like very liquid.
It reminded me of, was it World War Z, where these zombies were
Yeah.
kind of like that, like running and piling on top of each other and climbing like
Yeah.
that. Remind me very much of that scene.
They would stack up. And it's like in World War Z, the book, they do that stacking thing, but they just do it slowly. Like over the time, there was discussion in World War Z about survivors that were living in a stadium in the middle of a downtown, and there was 1 million zombies like stacked up, like ramping up to get to it. And it was like, that's how they dealt with it.
They do that in the game too.
Have you played World War Z, the game? It's actually
It's fun.
Yeah, I don't know why that game's under the radar so much. Anyway, but you mentioned Hard Home. I gotta say, my general opinions are, we asked the question a couple weeks ago. What do you think has the potential to be more disappointing?
Oh god.
Endgame or Game of Thrones?
Lord of
And I
Light
think
showed up.
Game of Thrones, like, unless they changed something dramatically, I was overwhelmingly disappointed in that episode.
Really?
I liked the episode. I did have one problem though, is I felt that the battle we witnessed and the battle with the undead, in my mind, was the final battle of the show. And
we were told that for 8 years.
Right. So,
this other battle doesn't matter. What matters is the dead beyond the wall.
Well, now they don't matter anymore.
We got
so now
through
we
the
gotta...
undead battle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Cersei's the...
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we're done.
I couldn't believe it's over 3 episodes in. It's like the whole show is winter is coming, winter came, dealt with.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like a bigger plot line or a bigger important plot line in the show is who's going to end up on the Iron Throne. I feel like that is the ultimate, like, how does this show end?
those are
the fight would go further
But those are the
south.
two major conflicts,
But
right?
they kept saying that doesn't matter because we have to deal with the undead.
Yeah, but you need closure in
No, I
that
get that.
sense. So, like, I feel like it would be a weird balance in terms of how the show goes to first figure out who's going to be the person on the Iron Throne and then have that battle.
But they could have left there's already a question between, like, the Jon Daenerys side, like, who gets it.
Yeah.
Like, there's still other resolution to be had.
I feel like looking back on it, I was surprisingly not psyched that the Night King died.
Because it was such a weird moment, Gav.
Because yeah, in my head I was like, that'll be that's the final boss, and she killed him. I feel like I'm worried about spoiling it, even though it's
I
spoiler.
know.
Arya killed him, and I was like, oh,
Right.
I was actually like,
Well,
I
like-
fucking loved how they did it. The detail of, I mean, she developed this fighting style with dropping her knives or swords or whatever.
it was
using
cool. I just felt like it was way too early.
But
but
it's the end of an hour and a half episode.
But you don't
Oh, you mean
question-
in the series?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or in
she's
the
a badass. She was a badass the whole way through the fucking thing. When she's got that double, like, part spear that she pulls apart and is fucking killing shit. Like,
Yeah.
who was it that was looking at her from the stairs? Was the Onion Knight? Was just watching her fight?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, she was so fucking badass.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the way the cool maneuver she did to kill him. Where the fuck did she come from?
That's something I wondered too. And if you're
just-
nitpicking the show, it's like you have this whole crowd of White Walkers surrounding this area.
White Walkers, not just the whites, but like the badass ones.
Yeah.
Like
and so,
lieutenants.
like, how the fuck does she
She
jump
always...
over them, sneak through
She always
them?
kind of snuck around. Like, even I think in season 1, she
Yeah.
sneaks up on Jon Snow in the Godswood in that exact same spot.
She could also wear anyone's face.
What? That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought she should replace Bran and she was going to fucking gank him from the chair.
That would
and
have
then,
been
whoop,
way
that's what
cool.
she does, right?
Yeah.
That's her.
She
Her
would have had
thing
to
is
have
being
killed
no
Bran,
one
though.
and being anonymity. Well, if she killed Bran, what difference would that have made?
Well, the whole point of the episode was don't kill Bran. Like,
But he
save
didn't
Bran.
do anything.
No,
literally
for the
nothing.
the Night King not to kill Bran.
We went through 6 years of that guy on a sled. For what reason? He sat in a chair under a tree. The Night King, his nemesis, walks up. He literally did nothing.
He knew he was going to live.
No, he did something. He did this.
He looked at him very slowly.
You're a good man.
So imagine that Netflix Black Summer. That's like Bran's zombie adventure. That's exactly
Bran zombie adventure.
it's exactly the same thing. People just looking at hallways.
I got my prediction right, though. Last week, we predicted who would die. I said Lyanna Mormont.
I said Jorah, and I thought for sure I was going to get that right when he rides off with the Dothraki and you see him all disappear. It's like, oh shit, I was right.
Yeah.
Then he comes back.
He comes
shit.
back like, nope, bad.
No, here's the thing about. I want to go back to the Arya. This is my big problem. The
Dollar
Arya,
said died first.
the Arya sneaking thing.
Yeah.
Dollar said died before Lyanna.
What? Don't
Dollar said died before Lyanna Mormont.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, that's right. Okay. Arya sneaking. So some people have pointed out in like the analyzing the footage that one of the White Walkers, his hair goes like that, like she's going by in what they call stealth mode. I don't ever recall her like having any kind of stealth running ability. Like she was a sneaky person. Earlier in the fucking episode, they have this whole scene which doesn't make a bit of fucking sense. The whites are coming in. Yeah, they're coming in like a wave. And then they have this whole scene with Arya trying to get through a library and can't get through a library and has to throw a fucking book to get past everybody. And people are trying to say, like,
oh, yeah,
that demonstrates how sneaky she is. Like, no, she was fucking trapped. And she looked completely incompetent.
I do like that you can almost see each character's level of confidence in themselves. Like they're fine like fighting some of them, but when they are aware of how many there are around them, they're like, I can't start this fight. Like I'll lose this fight.
Like Sam on the pile of dead bodies.
Yeah.
Just rolling around with a knife.
But even the Hound was like, oh, we gotta run, dude. We gotta get out of it.
He also may have been freaked out by the fire again.
True.
The fact that Brienne didn't die was shocking to me. I felt like after
she spent like 45 minutes pressed up against that wall.
But the closure she had last week, I was just like, oh, that's death
I
flag.
thought she was gonna die.
I thought tons of people were gonna die.
I thought what's her face? Tyrion and Sansa were gonna die, especially when they had that romantic moment.
Yeah, and then like she's holding the dagger. I was like, oh man, they're gonna off themselves rather than do this.
What was interesting
What a turn.
Is that in a previous season, Tormund says he had sex with a bear. Do you remember that bit?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people thought like, oh, maybe they're talking about one of the Mormonts.
Yeah.
Like he had sex with a Mormon woman, and a lot of people have been thinking that Lyanna's like Tormund's kid, and he is called Tormund Giantsbane, and she killed a giant.
Yeah.
So she's like Lyanna Giantsbane, technically. So it's like, if that is the thing they were going for, that was quite interesting.
Just to clarify something in chat, I'm not saying she was trapped in the library and couldn't get to the Night King. I'm saying they demonstrated that she couldn't get back past whites. So how did she get past all of the White Walkers?
Right. She didn't have a stealth mode.
Right. Where was this stealth mode when she needed to get through the library? And it was such a weird scene because the zombies are pouring over like an ocean across Winterfell. And then all of a sudden she's in a library playing cat and mouse. Like it's like that scene made no sense pacing wise at all.
I really did enjoy some shots though. There was that like super cool artistic shot of the dragons up in the clouds that would have made a really cool background. And I also really liked the idea that the Night King, there's that moment before he resurrects them all, where it's just like the Night King on his own strolling up to Winterfell. It gave me a real moment of like, shit, dude. He's just walking up like to the gates.
Dude, I thought that was so great. Like when Jon's chasing him down and then he turns.
And he's like, he went for it.
And he goes like that. But it's like, Jon is literally on a battlefield by himself with every other person that's died so far there. They all get up. He's literally the only enemy now on a battlefield for all these other people. And he just
I felt like they
gets
did
away.
such a good job establishing that ability in the Hard Home episode that you knew what was happening. Like the Night King just has to put his arms out.
And Jon knew because he started sprinting. He was like, I got to kill him before he does
That was a great moment for those two characters because that's their rivals, right? And he's doing that, and it's like it's almost like the Night King was saying to me, it's like you don't have the water this time. Like you're fucked because last time I did this, you were in the boat and I couldn't get to you because I can't cross water. That's what I think at least. They can't cross water.
Also,
that's why they had to freeze everything.
Badass death for Theon to be killed directly by the Night King. Literally, that doesn't happen to anyone.
Yeah.
He just stabbed him.
It is, though. I'm sorry. I'm really frustrated by this. One of the big things, I think, there's a Song of Ice and Fire subreddit, which is different than the Game of Thrones subreddit.
Yeah. A Song of Ice and Fire's book.
The book, yeah. And they're pretty snobby, but I guess they feel justified in being so. But somebody pointed out, it's like, this show has become the fairy tale that it was trying to subvert. Like, before, it was all about, if you're alone or you're with your enemies or you're outgunned, you're dead. And even if you're a big hero, you're going to die. Ned Stark.
That was the wolf pack, all that stuff.
He gets hurt. He's got a limp the rest of the time that he's a character. You have consequences for your actions. And heroes can die. And that's the conceit of this. This is the rules. And it's like, those rules are straight.
Well, I mean, it could be the heroes aren't going to die in this episode.
Yeah, but
they need them.
If you're in the front lines when the zombie wave pours over you, I mean, I hate to say this because I don't know if people watch it, but on the trailer for next week, Snow, the direwolf, is in the trailer.
Ghost?
Ghost. Sorry, not Snow. Ghost survived somehow, even though charged in with Jorah Mormont, all the Dothraki died.
Survived.
He came running back from that too, which some Dothraki came back too, but of course Jorah Mormont came back.
By the way, Beric Dondarrion and Jorah Mormont might be the best tanks of all time. Those guys took so much damage.
Seriously.
How many times did Beric Dondarrion get stabbed?
He was like Jesus through the hallway and getting riddled with holes.
I mean, I get that he died like 7 times already.
But then still made it down the hallway and in through the door.
Yeah.
I was blown away that he was also behind them. I was like, oh, he also ran as well after that.
And Jorah Mormont also out on the battlefield, just like
I feel like
a pincushion.
they have a real problem with the dragons. Like the dragons are super OP. The dragons could just burn everything, and they keep trying to have to figure out ways to not use the dragons.
Dude, I love
And it's annoying.
I love Drogon though with all the dead all over him. That was fucking.
I thought he was
like the
gone. I thought they were going to eliminate that problem.
I thought when he was breathing fire on the Night King, I thought a spear was just going to come straight out of the flame into Drogon.
Was anyone else kind of confused why they didn't
I was like,
take the dragons out first to burn as many of the whites as possible before
probably because the last
sending the Dothraki out?
the last time they did it, they got killed. They lost a dragon. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's weird that the Dothraki went out, died, some came back, and then when they started attacking, that's when they pulled the dragons out to breathe fire on them. I'm like, why didn't they just do that before? They knew they were out there.
I think they were just very scared of losing a dragon. But it was annoying to have like Jon landed down right when they all start piling up on the walls. Daenerys is fighting around, can't see the fight, and Jon's kind of sat there. And it's like, just burn them off the walls.
Yeah, also, at the same time, they're
Light the
trying
trenches, too.
They're trying to signal Daenerys to light the trench, and Jon's on the fucking wall with a dragon.
Yeah.
It's like, turn around, dude, light the trench.
Yeah, I feel like either that was... Why was he just sat there for that
don't
moment?
know.
Like, he could have seen everything. He was looking for Bran, I guess.
It was weird.
It's a lot of stuff to keep track of.
I was looking at all the cuts and all the coverage, and I was like, how did anyone edit this?
I don't know.
Can you imagine importing all that into the editor and be like,
it's a huge undertaking.
okay.
I hope you had some good storyboards and you knew what you wanted before
Yeah.
you hand that off.
Well, the
Yeah.
storyboard would just have been a bunch of filled in black squares for the first 30 minutes of
What
it.
is this?
It's like we would have a folder when you're editing, just like shots that are at 90% darkness. God, it was fucking nuts. But my other thing too that I want to say about this is Arya's a badass character. I fucking love Arya. Her killing the Night King means nothing to me whatsoever. To me, it's the
Who would you have preferred it be?
either Bran have some purpose over the course of the last 7 years, which I'm still hoping that exists.
That makes
There's a
me
lot
up
of
still.
theories. I still have complete faith in the series, even though I feel like I was burned by this episode because it was such build up for it.
I liked it.
I
liked it too.
I think there's got to be something. It's even like I'm even analyzing of like the White Walkers' offense, you know, to come into Westeros. How far they made it didn't even justify the change in the opening credits with the tiles. Like it's even that small of a change. Like why'd you waste your time doing that when they just basically marched to Winterfell and got beat like overnight, essentially? Like Battle of the Bastards and Hardhome were both much better battles to me than were this final build-up huge battle.
It did seem epic and hopeless, though, which is what they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt sick. I was like watching
I
it.
didn't think they
was,
stood a chance.
I was so nervous
I
at the
was
beginning.
wondering how they were going to get out of it.
And
Yeah.
like when the Dothraki charge out and you see the flames extinguish, I was like, everyone's gonna die.
That first wave was fucking crazy.
Like, it's over. And then yeah, they said like they're all like pour over and they're moving just like a liquid or
I
like a
feel like
wave.
someone also predicted all the people in the crypt. Was that you last week said that?
I did
No,
that.
I think
did
a
that.
bunch of people,
Ash and I
because
were talking about
they
it.
mentioned how off or
Because they kept
so many
saying
times
it.
the crypts are safe, the crypts are the safest place to be, blah blah blah. But yeah, all the dead people are down there because it's a fucking crypt. So
a bunch of dead
They
Starks.
arise the dead.
Yeah,
I wish they had a headless
Ned
Ned Stark.
just holding his own head.
Just
I think he's all
wobbling around.
bones at this point. I think they just
Yeah.
returned
Well,
his
Bones could reanimate, can't they?
I don't know. There's a couple that had like ribs showing, but not like full.
All
on
I was
bones.
doing was trying to imagine how far the range of his thing was, and I was trying to think like, would Theon's dick come back to life and start worming around in the little box?
Where was it cut off? Was it in Winterfell?
Uh,
No, it was in
Dreadfort.
Yeah, the Dreadfort. No.
Oof.
All right.
But the Arya killing Night King was great. Night King only fought one person. He fought Theon. That's it. Unless you count him throwing a spear at the dragon, which I guess
Yeah.
counts. But he literally
that's
just
the other
never.
character.
It's
I don't
like
know.
the Night King
He
just
didn't have to.
wander. He basically just walked until he died. That's what the Night
I
King did.
don't know why all the White Walkers had spears. They made it a point to show all the White Walkers had the spears like he did to kill the dragons, and the White Walkers were out in a ring, but they never did anything.
Right.
Well, they also never threw any of their spears. They would
Right.
just hand them to the Night King and the other one. Like
They had
that's
to
how the
stop
dragon
one
died.
person.
The other person gave him the spear. Like, you've got the arm.
Was
son.
that
You
their
take...
job?
he's like a quiver. He's a
they
walking
reloaded
quiver.
him.
It's like going to the guy when like time's running out. It's like give him the ball. But like the equivalent of Arya for me, and I know people are like, oh, it's a badass moment. I agree, it's still a badass moment, and Arya's a completely badass character and great. Her killing the Night King doesn't make sense to me. It's the same as like say the battle that's left. Cersei's a big character that probably is an evil villain that could die. If Sam kills Cersei, you'd be like, okay, but why Sam of all people? Sam's a great character too, but shouldn't it be Arya or Daenerys or Jaime Lannister or someone like that's got a connection to her? To me, there's no connection between Arya.
I think it's gonna be Jamie.
I think it's gonna be Jamie.
He
too.
is the
think-
Kingslayer.
And also, wasn't there some sort of
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jamie too.
premonition, or not premonition, but something where they were like,
The
she's going to get
gypsy
killed by her
prophecy?
younger
Maggie the
brother?
Frog?
Prophecy, that's the word I'm looking for.
The witch gives her. A
Oh
prophecy.
yeah.
Killed by her younger brother,
That's right.
which technically
And
is
she always
both Jamie
assumed it was
and
Tyrion.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
well,
Tyrion
let-
kill her. But like if Sam killed her, that would be weird,
They would
right?
be, yeah.
Or Varys,
Because they don't
and
really
not
have a
Varys compares to Arya. but-
connection.
yeah,
But I feel like everyone has a connection to the Night King because he's destroying all of
But you
humanity.
didn't
but Arya
find
has the least, right?
But then you found out that Beric was just saving her the whole, like he kept getting brought back to life to save her in that moment.
she was
to
destined.
bring her to Melisandre.
And then
Arya-
then his work was done.
And this is the thing that bugs me. There's some of this stuff in Avengers too, which we'll talk about when we talk about. I'll talk about now. It's really weird with in the course of the narrative, like in the episode or like in the arc of episodes or in a movie like Avengers, when they tell you a limiting factor and they don't need to fucking tell it to you and then violate it. You know, like Arya's connection with the Night King. You're saying everyone has the connection. Literally in the last episode, she's talking to Gendry about how she's never seen a dead person and what are they like. And he's trying to describe them to her. And she's like, so they're just bad.
So maybe, is it more about saving her brother in that moment?
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I do get that. But killing the ultimate villain, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I think because
You
she's
know?
like the ultimate hero. The
Like
ultimate
if Han
badass.
Solo shot Darth Vader in the face, you'd be like, okay, I guess that was pretty cool. And that was unexpected, but it kind of was like waiting for a showdown to happen between Luke and Darth Vader. And if Luke went, "Psh, now,
I want to see that movie.
Who did you want to kill the Night King?
I didn't have really any expectations.
Genre brand make the most sense, maybe.
Yeah. I heard lots of theories that potentially, so one I liked was that Bran was the Night King.
I wasn't big on
I
that
heard
theory.
that theory too. That it's
And
just,
but I was pretty open to whatever. is
I
what I'm
like
saying.
that they never made him speak, and I like that he never really had any expression. He was just a cold.
Bran.
him too. That's why he's the Night King.
We heard a funny thing. We were talking about this at the Rooster Teeth content office today. In the office, we had a scrum meeting, and somebody said that they heard this in the behind the scenes that the actor, I don't know his name, who plays Bran, he wears glasses, and they just take off his glasses before scenes, and that's why
like-
he has that look. They do that.
He's trying to pull everyone into focus so he can see.
I gotta see if that's true or not. I
So
don't
how
know
does
if
he
that's
do
true.
this one?
It's too convenient.
Oh, you can walk?
But I have faith in the series.
Are you in a bird
That was
right
pretty
now?
good. Yeah. That was cool. Can't wait. 3 more episodes. But that's it for us right now.
I do have faith. I
I liked it.
I liked it.
I thought it was
All right.
good.
Thanks for watching.
I just think this is a down point.
Hope you
But it's
enjoyed us
gonna come
talking
back up.
about Game of Thrones.
Good show.
It's gonna be awesome.
We'll see you guys next week. Hey everyone, do you like this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast? Why don't you we can watch one of the videos down below. You should like this video and you can subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Why are you doing it in the
and just get it out of the way.
post?
We're done.
Oh.
And
And this
Just
stuff.
take it from this post
Yeah.
show.
Why
Put
don't
it
you
there.
And, you can
hit the
watch
share
this.
button.
This is genius.
Send it out to somebody
No,
else.
people pay
share.
for this